Red Bull.
You ever seen what's that movie with freaking that movie Wolf of Wall Street? He's like,
I think we're on. Hold on. Are we on now?
Yeah, we
I hate this thing. All right, we're on now. Yeah. Woo!
Oh yeah, we're on.
All right, guys.
Oh my god,
guys! I know it was an awkward opening right there. It's always an awkward opening because I never know if I'm on or not because this computer is so garbage.
I would have died. He's like super close to the freaking wave. He's like, "Are we on? Are we on?"
Yeah. His face when it started, he was just like looking down at the camera and shit. Like,
welcome to the show, guys. We are back finally. We took a week off because I had some other business to take care of and I didn't have any internet, so that was bad. But welcome to the podcast. We are joined by Big Blue News, aka Ray, and J Zach from J Zach in the Red Zone. Say what's up, guys.
What up? What up?
What's up? I don't know what I'm doing here.
We are back on the YouTube grind. I haven't made a video in like a week. There's been a lot of people commenting on my videos telling me to make a video. I hope this satisfies them. But we're on now. We're on the podcast. We don't really have any like specific topics to talk about. We're just going to be rambling on. This is going to be a ramble stream. We're talking about anything Giants, NFL in general. I haven't really been paying attention to the AAF lately as much as I wanted to, but I mean, I don't know, it kind of died down for me, but let's say hi to everybody in the chat. We got Burl Keeler in the chat, Big Blue, aka Nations, he's in the chat. We've got Bavith. I've already said Burl Keeler already. Midwest Sports, what's going on?
Urban has cancer.
Urban has cancer. Who does he mean by that? Big Blue is a school shooter. I think it's slick back here to say, listen, I was going through a bad hair. I was wearing a hat all day and I was sweating, so I was like, I need to do something. So I just threw some gel on.
He's a dog shooter.
He's a dog shooter, yeah, right. Talking about pit bulls, man. These pit bulls out here, man, in Florida.
Do you think Kyler Murray makes the Arizona Cardinals a playoff contender? Absolutely not.
Hell no. The Arizona Cardinals have a whole roster to build.
They have debatably the worst roster in football, man. That's not happening.
They have the worst roster I've seen in like 6 years, man.
Oh, shoot. My man Ryan in the chat, Mr. Hangglider.
What's going on, Mr. Hangglider? The GOAT is in the chat. Mr. Invisible. Mr. Invisible, I have not seen him in the chat for quite a while. Welcome back, my friend. We've missed you here. Can I get featured in the stream? We'll see about that. Maybe we'll open it up later on. Cruisin's in the chat. My guy Cruisin, you're too young to drink Red Bull. That makes you.
Hey, man, we know my man got problems.
Hey, man, if it works, it works, you know?
If it works, it ain't going to work after 10 Red Bulls.
He said, damn, J-Zach calls in once, and now he a co-host. I need to call in more. It's not that me and J-Zach have been collaborating quite a lot lately, so I brought him onto the show. We're going to be collabing a lot in the future, so
cards and
stick around for that. Also, guys, we are recording a video soon, and we're going to be putting it up on J-Zach's channel soon. We're going to continue our series on the positional prospects for the draft. I'm thinking about my other thing I do later on in the year.
You're a little early, fam.
Joe Lutz, Bastards. Yeah, the Bastards are here, guys. Hall of Fame. Michael Irving. That was the weirdest way to spell Michael Irving, but I know what you mean there. R.I.P. Gronk. Yeah, he's retired, guys. What do you guys think about Rob Gronkowski retiring?
Man, honestly, I think it's a blessing, dude. Like, that guy is just always hurt, man. Like, that guy probably gets injured getting out of bed in the morning, bro. Like, I'm telling you, like, it's just a blessing. At some point in time, it's like, just stop abusing yourself, dude. You're already like a multi-millionaire. You know, you've already made an argument for possibly the best tight end of all time. Like, just let the guy have a dinner with his family, man. Like, just calm down. I'm just excited. Like, I'm just happy. You know, like it sucks to see a legend like that retire. I wasn't the biggest fan of Gronk because I thought his like personality was kind of annoying sometimes, but like you had to respect his talent, man. He was phenomenal. I think he was the best player on the Patriots the past few years. He's just so good, man.
What about you, Ray?
You asked this guy. He's got food in his mouth, man.
Like, he also have to give our tradition of what he's eating today. So,
Okay, so with the that's right now, yo.
What is that?
Rice and beans with boneless chicken.
You Hispanic ass. What the hell?
Yeah, that's all we eat, guys.
That's Hispanic as it gets, man. Rice and beans, chicken.
But I'm sure, as Giants fans, and I personally don't like the Patriots. I'm very happy to see Rob Gronkowski go.
Hell yeah.
But like I said, I never liked his personality to begin with. And top of that, he's good because he's one of those guys that's always going to have endorsements, always going to be on TV shows and things like that. So he'll be fine. He'll be making a lot of money. Big Blue says your hairline. Yeah, the hairline's looking pretty bad right now, but I had a bad hair day today. I've been wearing my hat all day, so you guys didn't want to see a freaking look like I get electrocuted, so I had to gel the hair back. So unfortunately, you got to see a bad hairline today. But prayers out to him. Who you prayers out to Rob Gronkowski? Why? Red Bull. Guys, what a kid. Your girlfriend got nah, man, just working late, man.
Daniel Jones had a good pro day. Guess he's our guy at 17. Gross.
Then they violated your hairline.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, look at Henry. Look at Henry.
Henry has the boringest name. Dude literally just put his name in there.
Yo, he looked at the stream where we found out Odell got traded. He was laughing at your reaction to it. He was laughing when you screamed at it. Yeah,
oh my God, bro, that video has 24,000 views, man.
Damn.
Dang, bro.
2,400 or 24,000?
24,000 views.
What the hell?
That I just want to say, whoever's in this chat that watched that video, thank you so much. I gained like 200 subscribers from that freaking video alone. So thank you guys so much for that. Jeez.
You're welcome.
The Puerto Rican Stephen A. Smith with a effed up hairline. Oh my God! All right, guys, enough. I'll put my hat on. Jesus.
Thank you. I keep having to look at it. I just want to throw up. Poor cousin over here can't even keep his food down.
For real.
I don't think it's the hairline. I think it's just that you left all those baby hairs just sitting there.
My baby hairs whenever, no matter how, I could put a whole gunk of gel on my baby hairs. They're
just
not going to
cut them, bro. Just cut them out.
Oh, God. All right, let's read this chat. Hey, watch your language. There's kids here. What do you think? Daniel Jones pro day thought he helped his stock. Listen, it's the pro day.
Who cares, man?
It's the pro day. People thought Dwayne Haskins was the next coming up to freaking Peyton Manning when they saw his pro day.
No, man.
He threw some good balls. Okay, we saw that at the scouting combine too. I mean, quarterbacks when their pro days are kind of overrated. Didn't Johnny Manziel have a great pro day?
He had a phenomenal pro day.
And now he's over here lighting it up in the AAF. So I mean,
Tom Brady just retired. Shut up, big blue.
I wish.
That's a lie.
Right?
I wish.
I wish. He's like, I'm gonna go retire with my best friend Rob Gronkowski.
My best friend.
My butt buddy. Cowboy X Factor says this is the best podcast ever. I appreciate that, man. I think we're getting there, but you know,
quit your
personalities. You're all back. I missed seeing everyone last week. Yeah, guys, sorry about that, but we are back. I'm gonna be recording a video with Jay Zach in the future. That's gonna be up on his channel, and I'm also recording my mock draft 2.0, my long-awaited mock draft 2.0. I just gotta find time to actually record it, so I'm gonna be doing that soon. The mock draft's been done for like a week now, but you know.
Yeah, you know, I'm here slacking on my videos. You know, I come here to show my face and show my food. That's all I really come here for, to be honest. So.
Yeah, you gotta make a video. Make me look bad, bro, man. He's gonna upload a video tomorrow.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, every time I plan on making a video, I just like sit there and I'm like, nah, I'll do it tomorrow. And it just keeps going. Like I keep procrastinating on it.
So. He's gonna record a video while eating food. Like just
bro. Listen, I gotta keep the tradition going, yo. I gotta keep the tradition going.
Gronk actually retired NFC. Like, yeah, man, we're happy.
YouTube's gonna get him fat, man. I'm telling you.
YouTube
gonna get your man fat.
Show me. Oh, but guys, so this is the first stream since the OBJ trade. So I want to get everybody's opinion on the trade now. Now everybody's calmed down. All the tension has now loosened, and we're all okay. So, Ray, what are your thoughts now on the OBJ trade? Because I know me and you, we had that first reaction together, man. We were not happy.
You boys were crying.
I was crying, man. I was ready to cry.
You know what? I'm still mad about it. And I still feel like we could have got more out of it. But it was a smart move. Because you see when me and you was talking about how we weren't going to be able to pay Odell and get more players because of the cap space. That was a smart move by them by getting rid of him, opening up cap space. And also we got a young player in Jabril Peppers. And also we got Kevin Zeitler to fix the line, even though that wasn't a part of the trade, but I'm just naming things we did. and the cap space that we're gonna open up for next season or next off season is looking good. I like it.
That's like what you just said. Everything you just say is kind of like what all Giants fans are going through right now. Like we all were super mad at it, and now we're like, okay, this starts to make sense a little bit. Like like me and you, Ray, we were like, are you kidding me?
Real,
like I started yelling and everything.
Find the time. Someone put the time stamp on that video of when we found out about the Odell news, and then from there on, I just stood quiet. I wasn't even talking. Like you just look at my face the whole time. I was just so mad. I didn't even know what to say. Like
you might kill somebody. You're like,
for real. I was just like.
I remember seeing that. I was sitting there like, oh my God, this is gonna be really awkward.
Man, I was just like, I was more mad. There was just a bunch of images in my head, like images of all the Odell stuff I've seen him in a Giants jersey. I'm like, damn, I'll never get to see that again.
For real,
and now seeing him with another team. But it is what it is. We open up cap space. Listen, we've never experienced this before as Giants fans of rebuilding a team. A lot of teams have went through this in the past. You look at the Cleveland Browns, you look at the Jacksonville Jaguars, teams like that. They have made around the same kind of moves. They have to get rid of those star players that really aren't needed for a championship, and they have to build the team. And if we look at what Dave Gettleman is doing, I mean, we got to put our emotions aside and realize that he's doing what needs to be done right now as far as rebuilding a team goes. He's building in the trenches. He's getting guys on that defensive line, that offensive line. He's doing what he said he was going to do. It's not like he's one of those GMs that was hired and said he was going to do one thing and winds up doing another. He's actually doing what he said he was going to do and build that offensive line. He's literally done more to this offensive line in 1 year than Jerry Reese has done in his whole tenure. So as far as that goes, Kevin Zeitler, Nate Solder, and Will Hernandez, that already gives me a thumbs up for Dave Gettleman, what he's going to be doing in the future. I think a lot of Giants fans need to calm down a little bit as far as saying they wanted to fire Gettleman. Yeah. Listen, what Jerry Reese did was dug this team 6 feet under, and it's going to take a long time for us to climb back up. It's not going to happen within a year. I think everybody kind of thinks it's going to happen like Madden, where we trade people and we sign players and things like that, and we go on to the playoffs the next year. It doesn't work like that. So, and what happened?
The GOAT.
Daily reminder of Is that sexy GOAT? Is that sexy GOAT?
Yeah, probably.
Oh my God, bro! He's like, give him his 5 feet.
Is that you? I think he's sexy GOAT that always does that. You know what? 5 foot, but I can still take your girl, and I don't care if she told me.
Oh, shut the hell up! I can still take your girl.
Listen,
some girl watching this comment.
Even Ray knows this. When I was a kid, all I dated was tall girls, man.
You were a kid. All the girls like, oh, you're so cute.
I was 4'10" in 7th grade. I was 4'10", and I dated a girl that was 5'6". No lie. No lie. Huh? No.
You piggyback right through her?
She used to like lift them up and like carry them in the arms and stuff. Like nice shit.
Picked them up by under his arms.
Listen, as a kid, as a kid, I don't care how tall you were. If I liked you, I liked you. That's how it went. But Kid Blue likes. Oh my God!
Oh my God, bro. Spread the rumor. Spread the rumor.
Oh my God, yo.
How many stools you got, Kid Blue? I actually have none. I'm one of those guys that learns to adapt.
He's a climber.
I learned to adapt. I do things the hard way. I don't need no stools and stepping stones and things like that. I'm gonna climb my way, man. I don't need an elevator. I'll take the stairs. I don't need an elevator. I'll take the stairs. Get that cardio.
And by stairs, it means a stepping stool.
Yeah. No. That's the easy way.
Honestly, I don't even know why I'm talking shit. I'm 5'6", bro. I don't even know why I'm talking shit. Like, I'm being honest. I'm 5'6". I ain't growing anymore.
I'm 4'9", all right? It don't matter, bro. You be where you want to be, bro.
You're freaking your hair away from 6 foot.
For real.
He really too short to go on roller coasters. Hey, you know what? I'm not. I ride all the roller coasters, okay? I ride all the roller coasters. That's all I wanted in life.
Oh my God!
I still remember the day. Ray, you remember this day when I was taken out for my birthday to go karting, and I was too short to go karting. I had to ride with Ray on my birthday. I couldn't ride the go karts. On my birthday.
Bro, I'm fucking dead. I said
the Ray birthday gift on my birthday.
Oh my god. Yo, I remember that, bro. Oh my god. I still got the video, I think, on one of my old phones, yo.
Oh my god, good times, man.
Yo.
I want to talk some draft now, guys. I want to talk some draft now. Let's get into the nitty-gritty things, right?
Oh man.
There are, now that we have this 17th pick, no mock draft is the same for the Giants. You can't find anybody that's making a mock draft that had the Giants drafting the same people. Everybody has a different opinion. And I don't know if you guys have looked into it yet, but I want to get you guys' opinion on who you think we should draft at 6 and 17, if anything. But I'll start with myself first. At 6, I don't know if Cleveland Farrell will drop to 17, but I would be very tempted to take Cleveland Farrell at 6.
6?
Uh-huh. I'll be very
that's
tempted,
too much, man.
Very tempted because you know Josh Allen is going to be. If the scenario happens that Josh Allen, Devin White, Quinnen Williams, and Nick Bosa's gone, I'm probably taking Cleveland Farrell. Because
honestly,
that's what we want on that defense. I know we have Marcus Golden there, but he could be a rotational guy if anything. I really like Cleveland Farrell.
I think. Go ahead. Sorry.
And then at 17, you have to go. I'm going corner, man. That value at cornerback at 17 is perfect. I mean, I don't know if Greedy will fall because everybody has a different ranking of the cornerback. So you don't know who's going first. Is Byron Murphy, DeAndre Baker, or whatever? Because Byron Murphy, his combine was excellent. This guy caught balls like they would be interceptions with like no flinch at all, like a wide receiver would. That's what I really like from a cornerback. Somebody that's not afraid to get after the ball. He showed a very good amount of agility and quickness. I like Byron Murphy. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the first corner taken. But Greedy Williams, DeAndre Baker, Byron Murphy, you cannot go wrong at 17. I'm taking one of those three there. But so my opinion, I'm going defense with those first two picks.
Honestly, okay, so these are the 5. In my personal opinion, there's only, I said this on Chris, the Entertainers podcast last night. I said this on his podcast too. There's only 5 players in this draft I would take at 6. Every single buddy else in this draft, I don't actually think is worth the 6th overall pick. I would actually trade down. Although I think there's I think there's amazing players in this year's draft. I think Cleveland Farrell. I think Brian Burns is another guy I'm really huge on. I would love to have on the Giants, but it's not somebody I really want to take at 6. I don't want to say too many pass rushers because it's going to spoil our video that we have recording tomorrow. I don't want to talk too much about pass rushers, but I do know that the only 5 players in this draft I would actually 100% take at 6 is Kyler, Nick Bosa, Quinnen Williams, Josh Allen, Devin White. That's it. Those are the 5 players in this year.
What are the odds those guys are going to be there?
I know that's the thing, though. We don't know. Well, we don't know that. Somebody could trade up for Dwayne Haskins. Somebody could reach. Something can happen. First off, the Arizona Cardinals could not take Kyler. All right, that's not 100%. We don't know that. Everybody keeps acting like it's 100%. Yeah. Nobody won. If anybody guarantees me that the Cardinals are taking Kyler, you're an idiot. Nobody is guaranteed that. None of us know that. None of us actually know what's going on. We just have to assume that, right? But somebody could trade up, like the Raiders could trade down. The Buccaneers could trade down with the Bengals so they could get Dwayne Haskins. So I'll assume those 5 players are gone. I want to trade down with the Bengals or with somebody just a little bit because I would feel a lot more comfortable taking Cleveland Farrell, Brian Burns at like 11 and 12 and 13 than I would taking them at 6, just because I feel like I got more for my pick. I got more value there. But at 6, like I said, those are one of the 5 players to take. Devin White, Josh Allen, whatever. So if I get one of those at 17, I think DeAndre Baker. Yeah, they're like those 2 are easily the best 2 corners in this year's draft, in my opinion. Greedy's kind of the 3rd best. So I would take Greedy at 17 if he was there, but I'd really prefer Byron Murphy or DeAndre Baker. But those are 2 guys I would definitely take.
Oh, so you like DeAndre better than Greedy?
Absolutely. I think Greedy's completely overrated. I think he's good. Don't get me wrong. I think Greedy's really good.
I think the only reason why he's rated as the best corner, first of all, his man-to-man coverage is great, phenomenal.
Oh, it's great.
But I think what people really love from Greedy is his length. Like everybody loves a.
Well, the thing about Greedy is it's his physical traits, right? I'm one of those people to where I don't care about your physical traits. If you get the job done, you get the job done. Yeah. And Byron Murphy gets the job done. DeAndre Baker gets the job done, and he's got
love corners, man. Like I wouldn't be surprised if all 3 corners are taken before 17.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, but I really hope they don't. And I don't think they will though. In fact, me and Chris were talking. He actually thinks that 2 of them could be available at 17.
Yeah, I do.
I could totally see that happening. I could see 2 of them being available. Yeah. So the crazy part is if 2 of them drop, if any 2 of them drop, I'll be okay. Like I'll even be okay if we take Greedy. If Baker and Byron are both gone, we have to take Greedy. I'm still okay with that because I think there's I still think Greedy's really good. I just think all the corners after DeAndre, Byron, and Greedy aren't worth a first-round pick. All the rest of them, they're not worth taking them right then and there. You got to wait. There's a big drop off after those 3, a big drop off. And those are the 3 guys I would take at 17. So like if I traded down from 6, I would be completely okay with a Brian Burns as my first choice. Then like a Cleveland Ferrell and Ja'Kai Polite would be another guy I wouldn't mind taking at like 11, 12, 13 if we traded down. But at 6, those are the only 5 players I'm willing to take at 6. Besides that, it's trade down for me. Okay. I have a 6 pick.
Ray, do you have any candidates for 6 and 17?
Not really, but out of all the mock drafts I've seen a lot of people putting Dwayne Haskins at 6 and then Ferrell at 17. And that's what you see how you said, if you look at a bunch of mock drafts, you're not going to see people choosing the same ones. Yeah. I've seen majority of the people choosing that. And I'm hoping it's not like that, to be honest. I still want, like, even though Montez Sweat has all that news about his heart problem, I still want him. I don't know why. But Ferrell, I've been hearing a lot of good things about him. I haven't watched anything on him, but I need to look at him. I know, since y'all talking about him, I know he's good. But I definitely think we need a corner and a pass rusher. I don't think we should go QB in the first round.
Yeah, I think all of us agree pretty much, right? That we don't really need a quarterback this year, right? And you know what? I was trying to get on that bandwagon, and that's why I made a lot of videos talking about Kyler, talking about Dwayne Haskins, because a lot of people were blowing me up on it. But the more and more I think about it, guys, I mean, I've said this before and against this position. I played devil advocate against my position already, saying that we can't always be every single year, we'll wait another year for a quarterback. We'll wait another year. Because as Giants fans, we've been doing that for like 3 or 4 years now. We've been saying quarterback, then out of nowhere, we're like, we'll wait another year. But you know what? It has to happen. Nowadays, these quarterbacks are really not good. These quarterbacks in the draft are just not good. You're not finding this supreme talent. All you see is developmental players that could be something, but you're not seeing guys that will be something. You look at Paxton Lynch. Why was everybody so hyped up on Paxton Lynch coming out the draft and that he was a first-round pick? I knew that guy was just a bust to begin with. His skill did not impress me whatsoever. And nowadays, we're seeing a bunch of quarterbacks like that, just guys with potential, some big armed, big body structure, and that's all we look at nowadays in quarterbacks. We don't look at actual play. So, I'm on that bandwagon now. We have to wait for a quarterback next year. My best bet right now, I really want Josh Rosen. But here's my draft scenario. I'm with you, J-Sack. I would love to trade down with the Cincinnati Bengals so Cincinnati could go ahead. Because listen here, I know that Tampa Bay, people are talking about Tampa Bay could trade down, Oakland could trade down, and the Jets could trade down. Now, there has been talks of the Jets trading down. They're open to that. But honestly, I don't think they're going to do that. They're trying to build up a team. I don't think they're going to do that.
I think they'll take Josh Allen.
Oakland, with a team like Oakland, if Josh Allen is not there or Nick Bosa, they could trade down, but they need pass rush. You do not trade down when you had 13 sacks last season and you have a prime opportunity to get a big-time player. You had 13 sacks collectively last season. You better do something with that fourth overall pick. If your pass rusher is there, you take him there. With Tampa Bay, I don't think Tampa Bay is trading down at all because their defense is like historically bad. It's terrible.
I actually could see them trading down because they need so many defensive players that they could trade down to get more.
But why not take Devin White right there? Why not take him there?
You could, but maybe they don't value Devin White that high. Here's the thing. I said this on Chris's podcast before, that Devin White, I don't actually think right now, I don't think his skill right now is worth a top 6 pick. And I'm a huge person on not drafting somebody off of what they could be. Draft somebody off of what they are right now, right? So I don't like when people are like, oh, his ceiling is so high, that's why we have to take him. Like, no, let's take him based off of how good he is right now, because there's no guarantee that he'll get to be as good as you think he can be.
Yeah, right? But so I think that's a double-edged sword.
Devin White is the only person in this draft that I'm willing to draft based off of what they could be, not what they are. So Devin White is that one exception for me. But I mean, I don't know. I could see the Bucks trading down because they need so much picks. They could trade down. You know, maybe they think it's worth to because they need corners as well. They don't just need a linebacker. They need corners.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so maybe they want to trade down and accumulate a corner. And the linebacker depth in this year's draft isn't that bad. The cornerback draft is kind of poor, but the linebacker depth isn't as bad as people think it is. So maybe they want to trade down, go for a corner, one of the 3 corners, and like a linebacker in the second round. You know, maybe that's what they want to do. But I mean, we don't know. I mean, would I probably take Devin White at 5? Yeah. But they could trade down. The Raiders could trade down because the Raiders have so much damn holes that they could definitely trade down and get more players. Even though they already have a ton of picks, they could acquire even more. You know,
see, what I like about Devin White is that sure, he's that raw developmental player like a Montez Sweat, but when you look at Montez Sweat, he has a much bigger chance of being a bust than being a really good pass rusher. With Devin White, he has a much better chance of being a top 10, a top 10 linebacker in this league than being a bust. He's raw, but I would really, 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 really draft Devin White with a high 10, not anything higher than 5. Not anything higher than that.
Yeah, nothing higher than 5.
5 to 10, I'm pulling the trigger if he's there and he's the best player available for me. But I do want to. Oh yeah, like I said, I was gonna trade down with Cincinnati, and then I would draft Cleveland Farrell with the 11th overall pick, and then we'll accumulate a second-round pick. So we'll have 2 second-round picks. I'm using one of those second-round picks on Josh Rosen. And then, with our other second-round pick, I'm probably getting a Dalton Reisner.
Man, What? I don't even want Josh Rosen anymore, dude.
You don't want Josh Rosen anymore?
Yeah, like this is gonna sound insane. This is gonna sound insane. Like, no, the value is phenomenal.
I would take it to the value.
But I think we have such a serious chance at getting Tua next year that I'd be okay with that. Like, I think we have an actual real chance at a high draft pick next year because the team sucks. Eli Manning's still going to be starting, which I'm okay with because I'm actually one of the few people in this world who think that Eli's actually still valuable.
I'm still yet to watch it. I see a bunch of that guy's videos in my recommended. I just never get to watch it.
Yeah, that guy is great video. I still fully believe that Eli is an average QB in this year. I think we can win with Eli, but I'm honestly, because if it's for sure we can get Tua, I'm cool with not drafting Rosen. Because I think Tua is that good of a quarterback. And I even think Jake Fromm is better than Rosen. Like next year's quarterback class, I think that like the top 2 or 3 quarterbacks in that class are better than Rosen. Good. So if I could not get Rosen this year and get guaranteed one of those 3 quarterbacks. No, Herbert and this year, like according to this year, I still thought he was better than Rosen. I still thought Rosen was better than him. But if Herbert can get better after another year in college, then Herbert could be better than Rosen by next year. If he can get better, like if Herbert came out this year, I would probably still think Rosen is better than he is if he came out this year. So that's the thing. I think if Rosen can get better, Tua is phenomenal. Fromm is really solid. I think definitely for sure that if we can guarantee ourselves one of the top 3 quarterbacks next year, they are better than Rosen. That's why I'm kind of iffy about like if we take Rosen. If we trade for Rosen, like if we give up a 3rd this year and like a 2nd next year for him or something like that, I'm not going to be upset because I'm still like Rosen. I actually think Rosen's like NFL comp is Eli. I actually think he's very similar to Eli Manning. But I think his upside is actually higher than Eli's is. So that's kind of my thing. Tua is not phenomenal. I highly disagree with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna just the chat real quick. Movie Critic wants to get on here. Movie Critic, when I open up like I get the phone lines. When I do that, you can join in. But I'm gonna do one guest at a time this show because I look back on the other chat and we couldn't get a word in, so I don't want it to be like that.
John Smith says we absolutely cannot go all in for Tua. Somebody will be worse than get him at number 1. You don't know that, and for all you know, the person who's at number 1 could not need a quarterback. Like if the Niners are number 1 overall, they wouldn't get a quarterback. They would take Nick Bosa.
Say if we screw up and we actually do semi good and we have we go 6 and 10, 7 and 9 or something like that.
I still think we have draft capital to trade up though. That's the thing. If we get Rosen this year, we have no draft capital because we'll have to get rid of a pick next year. Here's the thing. If next year we have a later 1st round pick, like a mid 1st round pick or 15, I would be completely okay with getting rid of somebody like Sterling Shepard along with our 1st round pick and a 2nd round pick to trade up and get Tua. I'd be okay with that. I'm okay with getting rid of a lot of draft capital because we're going to have so much money next year that I don't think we're going to have to solve a lot of our weaknesses in the draft. We have capital. We have enough money to give up picks, to trade up, and then just buy players. If that makes any sense at all. Because we're going to have a lot of money next year.
Here's
like
the thing, over 100 million. With the Sterling Shepard trades, and I heard those rumors going around. Here's the thing. I don't think anybody's going to trade for Sterling Shepard yet. He's on the last year of his contract. Who wants to trade for a player that's about to be a free agent? That's the thing. He's going to sign with the team.
That's the thing. We could sign him and then trade him and just eat the dead cap because we have so much cap. We'll have so much that we have so much that we could totally eat that cap. Like we do, like we do with Odell. Like Gettleman knew he was going to trade Odell. Like he knew. He signed Odell.
Well, we have echo.
Yeah, bro. Come on. We got some echo. Like Gettleman knew when he signed Odell, he was going to trade him. I fully believe that. I think he signed him. I think he was basically saying, you know what, I'd rather eat some dead cap and trade Odell than just let him walk. And so I think we could sign him, or we could trade Ingram. I'm fine with that too. Like like everybody's gonna lose their mind. Like, oh my God, they're so good. Like, yeah, they're so good. But if we shore up our offensive line, and then we have Golden Tate still, which we probably will, which would have Sterling Shepard or Evan Ingram, and then we have Saquon Barkley, and we can acquire another weapon if we have to. I think that's enough weapons for a young quarterback to succeed around. I think that's definitely enough.
Here's the thing. I would actually keep Sterling Shepard because I think he's more valuable, and I'd resign him. And I'd probably trade Evan Ingram because somewhere out there, there's going to be a sucker for Evan Ingram just because of his athletic ability at the tight end spot. Somebody will give up a second or third round pick.
And I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay.
And I totally
the two I would choose.
Second round pick for Evan Ingram would be a win for us. Yeah. So I first of all, I'd see how Evan Ingram plays this year. I really want to see what he's going to do without Odell there. He could probably, his rookie year without Odell there, the dude had like 750 yards.
No, I'll tell you what, I think he might actually have a better year with Odell.
He's gonna have a better year.
Like if you watch that video, I sent you, the guy breaks down the fact how Eli plays a lot better when he's not throwing to Odell than when he is. Like
because
Eli
forces a lot of pressure, man. Because when you have a big star receiver like that, you're almost like, listen, you have to give me the ball. I'm getting paid $19 million. You have to give me the ball. So
high ceiling, you guys goofy. We know he has a high ceiling, but just because he has a high ceiling doesn't mean he'll reach that. This is what I'm getting so upset about lots of times is people are putting way too much stock into a player's ceiling. They put way too much into it. The amount of times players never reach their ceiling, like the amount of times players actually reach their ceiling or even close to their ceiling is so rare that it just blows me away that people keep going, look at his ceiling, look at his ceiling. Like, who freaking cares? At this point, I don't even care anymore about a player's ceiling. What I care about more is somebody's floor than I care about their ceiling. Right?
Yeah,
like I said, like Chris, stand up. What's up, buddy? I said on his podcast.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, just like I said on his podcast yesterday, I would so much rather draft somebody off of their floor than their ceiling, because this is what I'm saying. People are just putting way too much stock into a player's ceiling. It's ridiculous.
Ray, you've been quiet, man. You're muted. I can't hear you
still, dude.
What? Because is it because there's echo? What's going on, Chris?
He's like, the food's too good. He's like, yeah, it's because there's echo. He says because there's echo.
Oh, okay.
Strong opinion is the go. Strong opinion is exactly. Yeah, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. That guy does a lot of good tape. I really agree with that guy in a lot of videos he's made so far.
Kid Blue has nice skin. I wonder whose account that is. I appreciate that, I guess. Charlie's in the chat. Strong opinion is the go.
That's the guy I sent you. That's the video. That's the guy.
Yeah.
Strong opinion sports.
Is there echo right now?
I don't know.
Hello.
No, you're good.
Oh yeah.
It's like check 1 2. Kid Blue is 5 foot tall. Check 1 2.
You know how it is, man. This is the sexy go. I'm dead. Sexy go. What's going on, man?
Yo, how many accounts do you have? Crazy.
Listen, a troll never has enough accounts, man. Yeah, man. But he's a cool troll. I like Sexy Go. He's awesome. Eli never plays better. The thing is, when you even when you look at Eli with the naked eye, just watching, you don't even need to watch film. You could see he still has something left in the tank.
I think
the dude for the past 5 years has always had somebody on his back after 2 seconds to throw.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, if you play backyard football with and you have the offensive lineman there, if you ever done that before, you won't be able to throw the ball either when you have like 3 people in your face constantly.
I went back and watched a lot of the tape on our later games where everybody said that our offensive line improved, which it did improve. It got better. But even when it got better, it was still just hot garbage. Like Chad Wheeler, Patrick Omame, he was a better right guard than who we had, but he still wasn't that good. Like, and Spencer Pulley still was just mediocre at best, if that. And I'm being generous by calling him mediocre. You know, like the offensive line still was sucked. Even when it got better, it still just sucked. You know, it sucked.
It was still bad. And listen, I want to address Patrick Omameh real quick because everybody is saying we should fire Dave Gettleman because of Patrick Omameh. Like, are you absolutely kidding me? He made one mistake on the offensive line when he was trying to build it, and you guys are using that as leverage to try to fire the guy.
I will be honest though.
It was a bad signing, but
Shermer had a phenomenal draft, like a phenomenal draft.
The best draft I've seen as a Giants.
Hold on. But they had a horrible free agency. I don't care what you tell me. When your best player you signed in free agency was Michael freaking Thomas, there's a problem.
Yeah, but what cap did we have to use? Like, we were in cap hell, you know?
Here's the thing. I don't blame him for the Nate Solder signing. You had to get a left tackle. You had to overpay. I get that. So, like, I don't blame him for that. But every other player was just not it, Chief. Like, even this year. They could have signed one good player instead of a small amount of below average player. I don't care what anybody says. Marcus Golden, below average. Average at best. At best. Okay, you're not telling me.
Here's the thing. I feel like they're just placeholders to.
They're just placeholders.
That's what I think. They're just placeholders until we can find something better because we have to play with somebody.
Yeah. You know? And here's the thing. I like.
Ray, we got a little echo.
You got more echo, Ray. And I like the signing. Like I do like the signings this year. Like I like the Marcus Golden signing. I like Marcus Golden as a player. I like Golden Tate. You know, I do like him. I think they're all great locker room.
Chris, which Golden did you like? Which Golden signing did you like?
I think he's talking about Marcus. Yeah, he's talking about Marcus. I like the Marcus Golden.
The contract, I liked it. For the
contract. I love that, especially with the contract. You know, like I don't dislike the signings. It's just that I would rather have not signed them and signed one really good young player who was willing. You said this on my video when I ranted about Antoine Bethea, and you were right about Adrian Amos. Like for all we know, Adrian Amos did not want to touch the Giants with a 10-foot pole, right? Mm-hmm. For all we know, the Giants desperately wanted him, and he was like, not happening. You know, so but if we could have gotten him, I think that would have been a better thing. I would love to have get one good, solid younger player. And then just pass on all these other placeholders, right? Because
hey Chris, if you stick around later on in the show, I'll open up what I call the phone lines, and I'll let you in, man. We could chat.
Sure, man.
I'd love to have you on, man.
Love to get Chris in here. That's my thing, though. You know, like I would rather have gotten out there and gotten a really good cornerback in this class than getting, you know, all these other small. Here's my thing, right? If most of these guys aren't going to be serious material, like to build this team around. What's the point of having the placeholder? Like in my opinion, if you're going to get an old player to come like that and be a placeholder, that shows me that you're trying to win a little bit. We shouldn't be trying to win right now. Yeah, we're not trying to win. So if anything, let that team suck. Like let there be a no player at that position. Let it happen. Like if you're really trying to tank to get a really good player next year's draft and you know you don't have a chance in hell next year of being competitive, I'm sorry, but I don't get a placeholder. Save the money, stock, just let it grow. And just let that player suck. Like, let there be a sucky player because what's the point of winning, right? Like, and I hate being that guy who's like, tank. Nobody likes to see their team lose. Yeah. I don't want to see my team lose. But if that's your plan, if you know nothing is going to be serious about your team next year, there's no competitive edge, who cares? Like,
I have a question for anybody that loves basketball, and I'm getting a little bit kind of on topic, kind of off topic. Why is it so immoral in the NFL for a team to tank? Everybody's like, I never want my Giants to tank. I never want them to lose. It's like, but we're talking about Knicks basketball. We're like, we better tank to get Zion Williamson. This and that. I mean, I hear it from Giants fans all the time. We better tank to get Zion Williamson. But then on the Giants side, they're like, oh my God, tanking? Are you crazy? I'm a Giants fan. I love the Giants. I don't want them to tank. I don't understand that. Like I said, I'm not a huge basketball fan. I'm a casual watcher, but I just never got that side. I never got it.
You know, I'm not going to be surprised if the Giants keep Eli again next year and they still draft Tua because Gettleman's talked about. Here's the thing: like, I don't want us to grab Haskins.
So resign Eli next year?
Just hold on. Hear me out for a second. Because here's the thing: if they do not draft Haskins, here's the thing: everybody knows me, knows I do not want Haskins. I don't actually think he's that good of a quarterback, and it has nothing to do with the fact that I think Kyler's better because I do. Even if Kyler wasn't in this draft, I don't want Haskins. I just don't.
Okay.
If I had to flip, I actually do think we're going to draft Haskins if he's there at 6. I truly do think we are going to, because Gettleman came out and said that he likes the whole thing that, the Chiefs did with Patrick Mahomes. So he wants Eli to sit.
Careful, man. He's been known to lie.
I know he has. But I'm just saying, like, that's the thing that kind of scares me. But I think he could be back next year. If we don't draft Haskins this year, or we don't draft a quarterback, I think that next year they might re-sign Eli for a really cheap, small deal, and then take a quarterback and have him sit 1 year.
Here's the thing. Do you think Eli will take it though? Because when hold on, just hold on.
Yeah.
When you sign Eli for a cheap deal, let's say, I don't know, what do you think by cheap? 10 million?
I think 10 million is fair.
But when you sign him for 10 million, that's saying right there that eventually, maybe later on in the season, he will not be playing. He will be on the bench at some point in the season when you sign for $10 million deal. And Eli's a subtle but very selfish guy. We all know that he wants to play, and if he's not going to play, he's just gonna,
It doesn't have to be Eli. We could go take like an old veteran like Fitzpatrick or somebody else. We can go take it,
man. I wanted.
You talking about Teddy Bridgewater? Is that what
I wanted Teddy Bridgewater to bridge him this
Teddy
year.
Teddy Bridgewater is not going to be a bridge quarterback. He wants to be a starter. Why do you think he went back to the Saints? Because they told him straight up, dude, the Saints told him, like, look, bro, when Drew Brees is gone,
you the guy.
Like, that. Because why would he leave? Why would he not go to the Dolphins when they offered him? What was it, the Dolphins?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when they offered him more money. Like, why would you go back to New Orleans when you got less money?
And why would you want to go to the Dolphins? What do they have there?
They told him straight up, like, hey, man, this guy's 40. When he's gone, this is all you. That's why he went back.
That's the perfect situation. A lot of people were talking about that early on, and I was like, how come nobody's talking about Teddy Bridgewater actually being re-signed? Everybody's like, oh, take it to the bank. We're getting Teddy Bridgewater. He's going to be a giant next year. I was like, listen, this guy's going to get re-signed. Drew Brees is 40 years old. You think the Saints are stupid enough to let Teddy Bridgewater go?
Yeah,
Come on, man.
They're going to keep him.
Yeah.
But that's my thing, dude. Like, a part of me thinks that more likely than not, we're gonna get Haskins, which I'm really upset about. I really don't like him. Like, it's not that I dislike him. I just don't think he's the guy. I really don't. I don't like. Here's my thing. I trust my eyes when I scout somebody. Like, I watch the tape. I trust that. But one thing I trust even more than that is my gut feeling. When I watch a player, how do I feel? Like, does he grab me? Do I get that gut feeling? That guy is something special. I got that with Baker, and I got that with Saquon last year. They're the only two players that were possible for us at 2 that I actually got that feeling for. I got that gut feeling about Baker. Like, this guy's something. You can see it. It's just the eyeball test. Like, it's kind of like you sit back, you don't put on your scouting hat on, you just watch. Don't watch for his mechanics. Don't watch for if he's messing up. Just watch him play. It's the eyeball test. Max Kellerman talks about it all the time with like Odell Beckham Jr. is like Odell with the eyeball test tells you he's the best receiver in football, right? Like, that's the thing. Like, the eyeball test. Don't overanalyze the tape. Just watch. How do you feel? Yeah. And when I watch Haskins, I just don't feel that special talent. Like, this guy's something. He's something. He's going to be good. So that's the thing. And his tape to me just doesn't match up.
So since we're still on the draft prospects and stuff like that, and we really don't have any major headlines, I don't think there's been any major headlines as of late, right? What?
No, it's boring.
Nothing really right now. But so I want to talk about prospects right now. Since we watch film and things like that, I mean, I want to talk about Montez Sweat a little bit.
I swear to get out of my face.
Listen. Because we're doing this video, we're doing the Edge Rusher video. That's going to be on J-Zach's channel. Go ahead and subscribe to J-Zach, guys.
Can I put my link in the chat if you don't mind?
I have the link in the description, but go ahead. Okay. Actually, I thought I did. No, I don't think I do, though.
Is that echo?
Hello?
I think we're good.
All right. So while this shit is working and I'm able to speak, all right?
Yeah, right?
They don't invite me to their videos because they act like they're too good for me, all right? So I'm in here.
No, man. You gotta do your research, Ray. Go do your research. Hey,
listen.
Get you on.
Look, I know
enough.
You don't even put time aside to make a video. You ain't gonna put time aside. Dude, look at this. This is my notes for this video that we're recording right now. This is my notes for this video.
You want to see my notes? Right here, bro? Where's the camera? I don't even know where the camera's at. Yeah.
It just says talk. It just says like talk.
No, this is all I gotta say is my introduction right here. Yes.
But yeah, I want to talk about Montez Sweat a little bit. And I was watching Montez Sweat more and more. And I'm getting lower and lower on Montez Sweat the more I watch him because when I put on the film, I watched Clelin Ferrell first. Besides Nick Bosa and Josh Allen, because they're on another level. Yeah. So I'm looking at the tier 2 guys, and I turned on Clelin Ferrell first, and Clelin Ferrell, oh my God, Boston College. What else do I have? Him against Boston College was insane. What else? Texas A&M.
Yeah, that's his best tape. A&M right.
Texas A&M versus in 2018. It was monstrous, and I'm like, boy. Oh my God! You know who? You know what? I'm not going to spoil who I pro conference.
Hold it, man. Hold it.
Yeah. I'm not going to spoil who I pro conference to, but he back in his prime, he was a good player, and I think he's exactly like this player. But anyway, Clelin Ferrell, I mean, he's a monster. And then I turn on Montez Sweat, and I was just underwhelmed.
Yep.
Yeah, and I was just like, I was unimpressed after seeing what Clelin Ferrell was, because Montez Sweat, like, we're opposite in a way, Jay-Zach, because I love potential, because I don't mind taking a risk if I know it's going to work out. If I look at a guy like, I don't know, I can't really think of a player off the top of my head, but if I see a guy that really has a low floor and could be a high ceiling, but like Josh Allen, the quarterback, Wyoming, Josh Allen, quarterback, I always thought
Bad Dog.
Bad Dog's in here. Oh my God. Okay, we need to tighten up real quick. But what's going on, Bad Dog? I gotta get this dude a mod. What the hell am I doing? But here's the thing with Josh Allen, the quarterback, Josh Allen. Last year, I thought people should have stuck away from Josh Allen big time. I didn't think he was even worth being a first round, second round, third round pick. He was terrible.
About the third round.
No. Josh Allen was terrible on film. I almost threw up when I saw Josh Allen on film. Okay? The only time this dude threw a catchable ball was when he was on the run. When he was on the pocket, his ball, he would throw for 150 yards a game. What are we, Tyrod Taylor 2.0? No, I would not draft that in the first round. That's terrible. I'm not going to draft a franchise quarterback that only throws for 200 yards a game. So Josh Allen, I thought we should have stood away from, but he does have a very high ceiling, but an extremely low floor. I mean, it goes all the way 6 feet under. So I wouldn't have taken Josh Allen like the Bills did. Now they're stuck with him. But that's a guy I wouldn't take off of potential. But Montez Sweat, if he's there at 15, if I'm a team at 15 to 20, I don't mind taking him, because if I'm confident in my defensive coordinator, if I'm confident in my linebacking coach. Oh my God, grandma! But if I'm confident in my defensive linebacker coach, I'm gonna take a Montez Sweat.
Oh, hold on. If this is true, this is insane. I don't know how to say his name. Breaking news: all offense and defensive pass interference calls can now be challenged. The new rule just got announced. That's awesome. If that's
wait. From who?
Bavith.
Oh, Bavith.
If that's true, bro, that's awesome.
Bavith. But it's awesome because they did that because of Rams Saints. They did that because of Rams Saints. But here's the thing.
That's awesome.
I'm going to play devil's advocate for a second, because I'm for this rule.
Yeah.
I'm for this rule, but I've heard a lot of people talk about this, saying it's going to be taken advantage of big time. Games are going to get extremely longer now, because anybody's going to take a pity pat call and say, "Did you see that? Did you see that? That was pass interference, and it was nowhere even near the ball."
I'm sure they're going to have some sort of limited challenges, just like they do with normal challenges. Like it's not like every single.
It's going to be out of control this year. I'll tell you what. It's going to take.
It'll take a year or two to fine tune the rule, but it's just better for the game.
And also, the new rule was just announced today that there's no more blindside blocks anymore.
I don't know how I like that. I don't know that, man. This part of football, man. Like, you know how good it feels to just clock somebody looking at you? Like, to just sit there and download all your frustrations onto somebody who can't fight you.
Montez Perfect, man. Juju
Smith.
I
hate Montez Perfect.
Did you see what Juju did to Montez Perfect? That would be illegal now.
Yeah.
So we can't see that anymore. The blindside blocks are gone. So the NFL is turning into the NBA very slowly, man.
No, I wouldn't say that much, but no, man. You know how awesome it felt, like when you were in Pee Wee football, to just like download all your insecurities and anger onto some poor soul who wasn't looking at you on the field. Yeah, right. You just sprint up to him, and you just instantly felt like a beast and just clocked him. That was the best feeling in the world, man.
Yeah, I loved it, man. But I'm not for these rules, man. I just want football to be football, man. I really want.
You know what I want? I want everybody to lead with their head. You know what? We don't even need the helmets. Everybody lead with your head.
Yeah, it should not be the case that high school football is more entertaining than NFL. I mean, NFL is the best, the best of the best. I should not like high school football,
dude.
I love high school football.
I can't stand it because nobody knows what they're doing. Everybody tackles like
these young guys that are going to be great soon. Like watching them and going.
Maybe. I mean, if you're watching high level football, ask Jay's like which QB the Giants should draft. Excuse me.
None.
Kyler Murray.
None.
Just had to put my gain up all the way real quick. It's Kyler Murray. Let's be honest. It's Kyler Murray.
I would love Kyler Murray, but I really don't think he's going to fall to us. But even so, I mean, you know what? If he were to fall to us, I probably would take him.
Oh, I would take him.
Yeah,
I told you there's only 5 players in this draft. I'd take at 6. Kyler Murray, Nick Bosa, Quinn Williams, Josh Allen, Devin White. Only 5 players in this draft I would take at 6. Everybody else I'm trading down.
If you modded me on this account, can I get a mod on Cushman Baseball Chat? Yeah, go ahead, Cushman. You have to comment though, man, because I'm not gonna remember to put you in. But Badar, I could have sworn I just gave you a mod. What just happened to it? I literally put mod. I see your first comment. I put mod, but all right. But guys.
That's for sure, dude. If one of those 5 aren't there, I'm trading down a little bit, just a little bit, because
Cincinnati is the way, man. Cincinnati is the way.
Yeah, I think Cincinnati or Miami.
Miami, because now we don't have to worry about Green Bay and a pass rush.
Yeah, Miami. You know how ecstatic Miami would be to get Haskins instead of Locke or Daniel Jones.
I'm sure they're really like, well, damn, man, why do we have to win so many games last year to get out of the top 10? Because they're in a pickle right now, man. They really are. Well, they have Ryan Fitzpatrick there, right? So
Redskins trade up, take Kyler Murray. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I really, really want somebody to trade up and take Dwayne Haskins above us because it eliminates the possibility of the Giants taking him, but also
I see Cincinnati and Tampa. But
it's not just so the Giants won't take Haskins. That's not why. It's because if somebody besides White, Murray, Williams, Bosa, and who am I missing? And Allen, if somebody besides them gets taken before 5, I don't care who it is, I'm ecstatic because that means one of those 5, mathematically speaking, one of those 5 just dropped to us and we can take him, right? So if we don't get Kyler this year, that sucks. But if somebody else besides those 5 are taken ahead of us, that means we have a chance at one of those 5, which I'd be ecstatic about. Those are the only 5, like I said.
I'm gonna give you a perfect world scenario right now. Okay,
Daniel Jones, yeah, me too, man.
Oh yeah, if we draft Daniel Jones, I'm gonna be.
We draft Daniel Jones, and be like, you know what? The Cowboys aren't that bad. They're not that bad. It's not, I mean, they got a star as their logo. It's kind of cool. Like, no, I couldn't.
Here's the thing. If I think Quinn Williams. I was just about to mention.
I honestly think he could drop to us. I really do, and I would.
What if? Okay, this would be a perfect world situation, but still, what if we had the chance? Ray, I want your opinion on this too, man. What if we had the chance to? We're at 6, right? And we have Kyler Murray and Quinn Williams. Kyler Murray or Quinn Williams on the board.
Kyler.
Kyler? You're taking Kyler?
Kyler's that good. I think Kyler's the top 5 player this year. Look, even ignoring positional importance, I think Kyler is a top 8 player in this year's draft. Ignoring positional importance.
Okay.
So as soon as you factor in the positional importance, he becomes that much better. So it's Kyler. Entertainer's like, no way. I'm sorry, Entertainer. Kyler's just that good, man. I know you're not that high on Kyler, but I just love the guy.
I really think Quinn Williams could be the next Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Donald. I agree with you. I think Quinn Williams. Here's the thing. I will tell everybody right now that Aaron Donald is the best player in football if you take away positional importance. The best player in football. And I won't even let you argue with me. If you even try to argue with me, I instantly go into this you're dumb mode because I think Aaron Donald is that superb. But as soon as you factor in positional importance, you know who's better than Aaron Donald? Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, Andrew Luck, maybe even Jimmy Garoppolo. Like all these players, as soon as you factor in this positional importance, easily become better than Aaron Donald. So that's my thing. Because if Kyler Murray was like top 20 talent, and if you take away positional importance, then I would probably take Williams. But because he's already so high of a talent, just by ignoring positional importance, I think as soon as you factor it in, he becomes better, and I would take Kyler.
But here's the thing. I know defensive tackle is that non-sexy pick, but he's not just a D. We're not talking about we're drafting Damon Harrison here. Like he's just a nose tackle type of guy.
Yeah, like he's everything.
Talking about a guy that used to play at a high level at edge rusher, but then he gained weight and now is a defensive tackle. Like this guy, if you watch him on film, he's at nose, he's at 3 technique, he's at 5 technique, he's everywhere. So he's like another Aaron Donald. So he's not just a defensive tackle, in my opinion. He is the defensive piece you want on your team.
And I agree with you, man.
I seriously, if I was on the clock and Kyler Murray or Quinnen Williams is there, I'm gonna take the whole time to make that decision. It's not easy for me. I'd probably still lean Kyler Murray, but I'm still thinking about what do we have?
I agree with you. I agree. I think Quinnen Williams best player in this draft, and I cannot say more. Like I cannot wait for us to do our interior play, or our interior rushers, or interior defensive line video. Because we're doing edge rushers tonight/tomorrow, so I can't wait for us to do the interior rushers because I get to just rant and talk about how good Quinnen Williams is and Christian.
I can't wait.
So I love Quinnen Williams. Like I cannot speak more positively about him. I just think Kyler is that good of a quarterback, and quarterback is that important that I would take Kyler over him. Now, Entertainer, he's like, I'm just not as high on him as you guys are. Entertainer, that's okay, dude. We all make mistakes. It's okay, Chris. Don't worry about it. Like we're still loving.
I'm with Chris. I love. I think me and Chris are slow. We're the ones that slowly Kyler Murray. We were on that at first. We were like, I don't want to get anywhere near Kyler Murray.
Dude, as soon as I found out Kyler Murray declared for the draft, I was just sitting there popping up champagne bottles that I couldn't even drink because I wasn't 21 yet. I was losing my mind.
I'm sure me and Chris were the ones that slowly started to like Kyler Murray, but we love me some Quinnen. I turn on Quinnen Williams tape because every time I watch tape on a player, even like a 6th round prospect, I always want to see them do good. Like I always want to see them play like a 1st round talent. Like I turn on Daniel Wise. I just love Daniel Wise, the defensive tackle out of Kansas.
Oh, I didn't hold on. Before you even get there, I actually want to speak up on something that I think is phenomenal. Something nobody talked. John Schmidt in your chat just said something that I've always thought about that I never thought to actually say. He said, "Isn't it funny how a non-QB first-year starter is never questioned about his lack of experience?" That isn't a phenomenal thing to say. I always think about that, but I never think to say it. That's a phenomenal thing. Quinnen Williams, 1-year starter, 1-year production. Kyler Murray, 1-year production. Although the argument to that is because quarterback's a harder position to play.
It's the hardest position to play in sports.
That's kind of where that comes in. But even still, that's a good point to bring up, That's a good point, and I agree with that. But go ahead. What were you saying?
Movie critic, I'll have you on soon, man. Don't worry. But
Entertainer, don't get me wrong. Entertainer, if Kyler's not available to us and Quinnen Williams becomes a Giant, I'll go nuts too. Like if I could take one player in this draft and just take him, it'd be Kyler, right? But if I could take another player, if it's not Kyler, it would be Quinnen Williams. So I think Quinnen Williams is that. I'm that high on him as well. So.
And if Nick Bosa came down, oh my god!
Well, it's more.
Look at my fingers, man. Look at my.
If Kyler, Devin White, Quinnen Williams, Nick Bosa, Josh Allen, if any of them fall down, I'm licking my fingers. But if Nick Bosa or Quinnen Williams and not Kyler falls, I'm loose. I'm having seizures. I'm so excited. I'm just gonna give myself an aneurysm.
Yeah.
And trade.
Any thoughts, Ray?
Poor guy over there muted.
Put your opinion out there.
Am I echoing?
Hello?
Why does it echo sporadically?
It just comes into the nowhere.
It's because my earphones, the ones that I'm using right now, the input is messed up, so I have to move around. And if I move my seat, it's an echo. But while it's working, all right, I think we should get Quinnen Williams, because if next year's quarterback class is better than this quarterback class, why don't we just wait until next year, get the quarterback, and Quinnen Williams? We don't know how the defense is going to be. The defensive players in next year's draft is going to be. So if we got the chance to get Quinnen Williams, which I listen, he's a beast. He's a freaking beast. So
I do have an argument for that, but finish your thought. I have an argument for that, but finish your thought.
So if we have the chance to get Tua or someone or a better quarterback, and also, we don't even know how Kyler's going to do with the NFL defense, because I'm still he's I don't know. I have a feeling he's going to get injured early in his career. I don't know why, but I don't know. I feel like we should get Quinnen Williams, and then next year get a quarterback instead of trying to get Kyler this year. Then next draft.
That's a good take. It's a smart move. It's a safe move.
There's a good argument. I have a really good argument to that. In my personal opinion. So. First off, you don't know where you're going to be drafting next year. right? We do have the second easiest schedule in the league. For some reason, by God damn it, it would be the most Giants thing in the world if for some reason we had a good season next year. But here's the thing. According to right now, I don't know how good Tua is going to be next year. Jake Fromm's going to be next year. According to right now, the best quarterback in college football last year was Kyler Murray. So, yes, the class as a whole is better next year, but Kyler Murray right now was the best quarterback in football. So there's no promise that Tua will get that much better next year. Because
that's what I've been saying. Why is there
even Pro Football Focus? If you're one of those people who are high on Pro Football Focus, even they said that Kyler Murray last year, best quarterback in football, right? So Tua is phenomenal. I freaking love Tua Tagovailoa. If Tua was here, I think Kyler is better than Tua, but not by much, right? So I think Tua is that good. Like Kyler's not that much better than Tua in my personal opinion, but he is better right now. So that's why, yes, the class is better overall next year. But if Kyler was in next year's class, he would be the best quarterback in that year's class. So, yeah, the class is better. But if you have a chance at Kyler, who would be better than any quarterback in next year's class, you got to take him. You know,
I love to play devil's advocate in like almost every situation. Even if I'm on that, because I always like to put myself in different shoes and different positions all the time to force my own opinion. But say this for everybody that always wants to wait for a quarterback in the draft, for that perfect quarterback to just come by and just fall in our laps, fall in our laps and things like that. Everybody is in love with Tua, from Herbert and all that stuff. You don't know what's going to happen next year. You don't know if they're just gonna fall off a cliff and they're just wind up being a bust or anything like that. Just like any player in college football, they can have one good year, one great year, and then when you decide to wait for that player at that position and their draft stock goes down. Look at Bryce Love. Look at Bryce Love last year, the running back. He was going to be a first-round pick last year. Now are people mocking him in the third or fourth round?
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you can't always wait for a player. If you wait for a player, it can be really good or it can be really bad. So you never know. If you like a guy at a certain position, you take him.
You take him.
That's it. That's what Dave Gettleman said. Dave Gettleman said that in the press conference. I thought he was referring to quarterbacks, in my opinion. Yeah. But he didn't say what position he was really talking about. He was talking about quarterbacks.
He was talking about Saquons. He was talking about Saquons. He was talking about Saquons, man.
But he was talking about if you like a player at a position, you don't wait till next year because you don't know what's going to happen next year. You don't know where you're picking, and you don't know how great that player is going to be in next year. Remember, a whole 365 days is a long time.
That's a long time, man.
Injuries happen.
Here's the thing. Everybody's talking about like, oh, these players aren't ranked that high. Dude, I was talking about this with Entertainer last night on his podcast, is that I don't get why everybody's mock drafts and all their stuff are changing so much. Like if you guys subscribe to me, you'll see the video that me and Kid Blue I'm gonna post tomorrow the video that Kid Blue and I are gonna record tonight about our top 5 edge rushers. A little spoiler alert, I'm not going to give you my list, but spoiler alert, my list looks a lot like the kind of list you would see in January and February. It's completely different than the list you'll see right now. You know why? Because this is what I was talking about Chris earlier. It blows my mind how people's opinions on these players keep changing after the combine. Like after the combine, all these lists are changing. Like, and I was telling Chris, I don't get it. Like, did their tape suddenly get worse? Did it get better? Like whatever happens at the combine, whatever happens at pro days, it doesn't change their tape. Like soon as the college season is over, that's it. I don't care what all, unless something happens like off the field or something like that. I don't care at all what happens after the college season is over.
But here's the thing, and I have a small counter to that. Here's the thing. I think why a lot of fans and front offices of teams really love the scouting combine is because yes, you see what happens on tape and you know what a player needs to get better at. And say a slow player, like someone who's known to be slow in his college film, and he runs a great 40 and he has a great 3-cone drill and stuff like that. That shows that they were working on that. What if they dropped weight or if they gained weight or whatever it is? I think the scouting combine really shows progress. That's what I really think it is, that whatever they needed to work on, they're working on it. And if they have a good combine, I think that shows that they're ready for the NFL. That's what I think.
I agree with you. All right, we got to adjust something in your chat real quick. So Ver said the defenses Kyler faced in the Big 12 were as strong as a wet paper bag. He might get destroyed with the big boys next year. I hate this argument. All right, I'm not saying I hate you. I don't hate you or anything like that, but I hate this argument.
Who said that?
Ver, your boy Ver Keeler. I see him in chat a lot. He's cool.
Cowboys fan.
I hate this argument though because He's a Cowboys fan? Oh, my word.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate this argument because you know who played the same defense last year? You know who played with the exact same offense last year? Baker Mayfield. And this is the same argument people were saying for Baker Mayfield last year. Oh, look at the talent around him. Look at the people he played. Didn't change the fact that he made throws that were on target consistently, and they were always where they needed to be. He made throws with hands in his face. He consistently made good reads. He progressed. It doesn't matter how bad of a defense you're playing. If you're doing those things, you're a good player, right? And there's a reason Baker Mayfield was shredding defenses last year because they just weren't good enough for him. And in the NFL, he struggled a little more than he did in college because he's playing better people, but he's still shredded because he brought those same attributes he had from college over to the NFL. He made good reads. He made great throws. He made great anticipation throws. The ball was always where it needed to be. So I really don't like that argument of he played a bad defense. Like, who cares?
But one thing I'm gonna say, because I wasn't speaking about the thing I was talking about earlier, but basically with Kyler, a lot of people have problems with his football IQ. That's one thing that a lot of people critiqued him about. And when I was looked at a lot of what is it called?
Reports, like the scouting
reports, scouting reports, and all that. A lot of people judge him on his IQ. So Baker probably has better IQ than Kyler Murray. That's why he did better in the NFL. But who says that Kyler Murray would do better? And also another thing I wanted to bring up was the reason why I said wait till next year for a QB is because Dave Gettleman is, which we can't even listen to what he says at this point, but Dave Gettleman is basically saying that he feels that Eli has a lot more in him, and I think he even said something about like they see him being the starting quarterback for a couple more years. So I feel like they're gonna continue. Like if he does good this season, he's definitely getting re-signed. Eli doesn't want to stop playing. He wants to play for a bunch more years. And if Eli has a good line around him and he does good, he's obviously going to remain the starting quarterback for the Giants. So if we could get Quinnen Williams, and if Eli does good this season, it's the safe play, but I feel like it's the play that they're going to go for. I'm not saying like Kyler's a great talent, but I feel like the Giants will go for Quinnen Williams to play it smart because they don't want to take that risk of getting Kyler Murray and then he does bad because we don't even know how he's going to play because of the whole him having bad football IQ. He's a great thrower. He's a natural talent when it comes to throwing the ball. But the thing I've seen a lot that he does is overthrow the ball because I think he has like a lot of strength that he's not used to yet. But that's not a bad thing. He could get used to that because he has a good arm. But he just needed to learn how to like adjust his power and be able to throw those deep balls accurately. But like I said, Eli, Dave Gettleman seems like he's set on Eli being the quarterback from the future. I mean, from now to the future, even like a couple more years. So let's see how it goes. But I feel like the Giants will do the safe play and get Quinnen Williams if Kyler Murray and Quinnen Williams was available at 6.
Well, here's the thing about that. Everybody talked about Kyler Murray's IQ. First off, I haven't seen more than like one or two people say that. And I think that was already not really proven, but like came out as like a hoax in a way. Because there was a lot of other teams coming out and saying, no, they were really impressed with how smart he was after that. Like that came out like early in the combine.
It confused me, man.
I heard about it recently. That's why I'm bringing it up. I've seen it earlier, but I've also seen it recently. I think it was a little bit before the pro day. Or after the pro day, they were just like, I guess, reviewing it. I guess, I don't know. But that was one complaint that some people had. But I don't know. Listen, like I said, I don't know. We don't know how he's going to play in the NFL.
Yeah. You never know what's true. And, Kyler Murray may not have the best IQ. We don't know that yet. It could.
Here's the thing, though. Even still, even if his IQ isn't, even if he's not a genius, he's not the Einstein of football reading defenses. Here's the thing. It didn't stop him in college. He still made good reads in college a lot of the time. The majority of his reads and throws he made in college were the smart throw.
But remember the NFL is so much more.
I know that. But here's the thing. Why doesn't anybody make that argument for Haskins? Everybody's like, Haskins is so smart. Okay, but the NFL is different.
Yeah, but he's shown that
by what? Because he went on some YouTube videos and
I know that's the thing. That's the thing.
Prove how smart you are,
I liked how he was on there.
You know who was a super intelligent quarterback who completely failed in the NFL? Somebody who was the smartest quarterback in his class, DeShone Kizer. Kizer was a freaking genius. That was the best trait of DeShone Kizer. How smart he was, how articulate he was with the football, how great he could read defenses. That was DeShone Kizer's best attribute. He sucked ass in the NFL. It was garbage, man. I mean, that's the thing. You know, I mean, so yeah, a quarterback can be smart, but it doesn't guarantee success. Your brain doesn't make an elite NFL caliber throw. As my phone goes off, that like his head seemed to work fine when he made perfect placement balls. Plus, I think people are starting to overrate. I think people don't fully understand what all the quarterback does pre-snap. You know, like the quarterback, lots of the times, people don't understand, lots of the times the quarterback's getting told in his ear what's going on.
What they're going to do.
A lot of times that happens. I'm not saying quarterbacks don't make any of their own reads. You know, they all, you know, all that stuff. But I think people are starting to overestimate exactly how much the quarterback does in terms of his brain and all that. All right. And the entertainer's right. All these guys are right. DeShone Kizer was not really set up to succeed. But either way, if you go watch DeShone Kizer's tape with the Browns, he made a ton of horrible plays. I know he was not in the best situation, but even still, if you go back and watch, he made a lot of very, very bad reads. That he threw a lot of balls he had no business throwing. There was so many times I saw him like run out the pocket about to get sacked, and he would just like throw a prayer and just launch the ball.
That's that Eli trait.
That's that Eli trait. That's not smart. So yeah, I know Kizer was not in the best situation to succeed. I get that, but even still, he made a lot of unsmart plays.
Oh, I want to say hi to Jeffrey Abbey. What's going on, man? I love Jeffrey Abbey.
I see him in like every Giants YouTuber, dude. I see
him. Yeah, he's everywhere, man. I see him in the comment section. I always say hi to him to like other
Rodgers when he takes over, he can be good. Yeah, that's like a sleeper quarterback for me. He's like Kizer learning under Aaron Rodgers now. Like he's gonna emerge and just be.
I know, but I don't even like DeShone Kizer when I watched him on film.
I kind of liked it.
Everybody said he was the best quarterback that year. He wasn't.
No. What quarterbacks were in that class? That was Deshaun Watson. That was Patrick Mahomes.
Kizer, Watson, Mahomes, and Trubisky.
That was a pretty deep quarterback class, man.
I like that quarterback class. And you know what? We all crapped on that quarterback class.
I didn't. Shoot, I didn't.
We all crapped. No, I'll tell you right now, the majority of the media did not like that quarterback class.
I thought Mahomes was special. I loved him. I thought he did not surprise me this year. I was like, yep, there it is. I was like, that's the guy I saw in college.
Yeah, but I think what people had a problem with is because of like that gunslinger mentality he has. But it worked out. It worked out perfectly
this year. He was so smart this year with the ball.
And here's what I like about that. Where the NFL is going right now. Like, I don't want it to completely turn into NCAA football because we're going to see a bunch of trick plays here and there. I don't like that in the NFL. Keep that out of the NFL. But I like to see it occasionally. But in the college, they do it every play. But what I like is you see my name is Jeff.
Davis. I love Davis. I was one of those morons who loved Davis Webb. I did.
Davis Webb. Oh yeah. Oh, I love this film. I love Davis Webb.
I love Davis Webb.
Here's the thing. What I love in the NFL now is, do you see what I forgot his name, the head coach of the Texans, Bill something. Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, Bill O'Brien. Yeah, Bill O'Brien.
Bill O'Brien, what he did with that for the offense of the Texans, he turned it into Clemson 2.0. That he helped Deshaun Watson in a way, because Deshaun Watson probably wouldn't have worked out in a pro style offense. Probably wouldn't have worked out. But what they did was take that college offense that he knows so well, put it into the NFL, and he succeeded. That's what I want to see in the NFL now, because I think all quarterbacks are always set up to fail in the NFL because of the offenses that is run in the NFL. I think quarterbacks are just set up to fail in that way, and that's why they look worse than they are. But I think now in college, in the NFL, they should take college offenses and start implementing it for the quarterbacks and help their quarterbacks out.
That's one thing. People don't understand how important it is for an offensive coordinator to play around his quarterback.
Exactly.
Like Jared Goff, Todd Gurley did not have that good of a year. But as soon as how could I forget his name? He's awesome. Who's the new coach of the Rams?
Yeah, Sean something, right?
Sean McVay. Sean McVay came in with this phenomenal. I'm talking about one of
the dude. I would lay my life on the line for Sean McVay.
I would trade our entire team for Sean McVay. Like, this guy's phenomenal. Like, he came out and had one of the best offensive schemes I've seen ever. Yeah, almost ever. Some of the best offensive scheme work I've ever seen. And he makes Jared Goff look phenomenal. He makes Todd Gurley look.
I think Jared Goff is not bad. I don't know. People aren't high on Jared Goff. I like Jared Goff.
People are thinking he's better than he is. Like, he's not that bad. But people are thinking he's a lot better than he is. He's not garbage, but he's not amazing like people are thinking he is.
He's not fantastic. Yeah, he still needs Todd Gurley every once in a while. You know, without Todd Gurley, he kind of goes down.
Mastermind, dude. Like, What a genius that guy is. Like, he came out and he revolved his offense around the skill set of his players. This is why Bill Belichick is such a great player, is he finds these players who aren't that great, but he finds something they're really good in, and he utilizes that one thing they're so good in and makes these players look phenomenal. That's the thing. People don't understand how important it is for a coach. A coach needs to do half the work. It can't just be this player has to come out and just adapt to your offense. You need to adapt your offense to your players. And that's
Ray, how are you? You said you're spectating, Ray?
Yeah, bro.
You gotta put yourself in there.
Oh, come in here, bro.
Punch your way in. Jeez.
Bro, y'all sound like y'all know, y'all good, bro. Y'all good. I'm here learning new things. What y'all saying, so.
I'll tell you what. If the Giants had landed Sean McVay, I'd be so freaking happy, man.
God, bro.
Like, I'm not mad. I'm not mad with Pat Shurmur, but I would still love Pat. How come we don't see coach trades anymore? The last time we seen that was John Gruden. How come we don't see coach trades anymore? I would love to see that.
Best coach to get the most out of their players' talents. Exactly. Bill O'Brien, Bill Belichick, Sean McVay.
You look at Bruce Arians too. What happened when Bruce Arians left? That team went down the drain. They were on paper, they weren't even a fantastic team. They had some good players. They weren't a fantastic team, but they laid themselves on the line for
when it came down to the coaches, when the Giants were in the talks for a new coach. I actually did want Pat Shurmur. I was a Pat Shurmur guy, so I'm actually happy we did get Pat Shurmur. Okay. That was my guy. A lot of people wanted what's his name? Patricia, or the other offensive coordinator who came from
Josh McDaniels.
Everybody's like, oh, they worked under Bill Belichick. It's like, but they're not Bill Belichick. Like, look at Matt Patricia.
But they always beat him. Yeah. And Matt Patricia killed the Patriots. And Mike Vrabel.
And Matt Patricia, I mean, the Lions don't look like that good of a team. They have a lot of holes. He hasn't done a lot with his team. I don't think, like I said, I wanted Pat Shurmur. I really liked him. I thought he was a QB whisperer. I still think he is. I still think he really knows how to develop a quarterback. So, like Pat Shurmur, Kyler Murray combination, it would just be so beautiful. I love it.
And Pat Shurmur is one of the best player coaches in the NFL. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. That dude had a tight relationship with Odell. I don't care. I mean, Odell would literally go to him crying, and they were like hug it out or whatever. And it's not some like bromance or whatever. It's real stuff. It's real life, man. When you need somebody and you have that coach there that's not gonna like abandon you like Ben McAdoo did. Yeah. Ben McAdoo was the worst representation of a coach I've ever seen. You don't throw your franchise quarterback down the drain, under the bus and things like that, and all your players and say it's their fault. He never blamed himself. Pat Shurmur is such a player's coach, and I'm so happy we got him. Yeah. I'm happy we didn't get a guy like Jackson or whatever.
Like, I really like Pat Shurmur. You can tell he puts those players number one. He's with the players all the time. Like, you can tell the players just love him. He's a great guy. And I just love watching the guy talk to the media. Like, I just like it. People are like, oh, he doesn't talk as much. He's really quiet. Like, I like it. I like
he's hard. He's hardcore, man. He's intimidating to those guys.
Sits there. Like, I love the fact that he just sits there. He's quiet. Doesn't say a lot. Like, I like it. I like that.
And he doesn't get pushed around easily. When someone asks a question that he doesn't want to answer, he just literally says, "I'm not answering it." Like, so don't stop asking me that. I'm not answering it.
I'm like, yo, what a savage, dude. Like,
I love like, you see all these snowflake head coaches that they want to always like accommodate everybody. Well, we're doing this right now, and we're just testing.
And I love the fact that like he called out Landon Collins too when Landon Collins like threw teammates under the bus.
Oh yeah, he said we'll address him.
Yeah, him and Gettleman literally was like, yeah, I don't like that. And I was like, shit. I was like, hey, it's like your dad. It's like when your dad like just says something like in public, and you want to whooping when you get home. Like your dad said something in public, you're like, oh shit, that's code for you're getting spanked when you get home. Like that's the whole Pat Shurmur Gettleman thing. I like that. Those
guys, I don't know why. Well, I sort of do. I still a little bit know why, but I know we're probably gonna be butt next year, but. I like straight booty. We're probably gonna be booty cheeks next year. We're gonna be some cheeks. Yeah, we're gonna be some cheeks. But the thing is, I don't know why. I'm so excited for the future. Like, we have a good GM. I don't care what anybody says. I know Dylan Renner is in here. He hates Gettleman. He just look, he has it in the chat. I knew he was gonna say that. I didn't even need to look. He hates Dave Gettleman. A lot of people hate Dave Gettleman. I love Dave Gettleman. Yeah. I trust in Dave Gettleman. I know he's made some not mistakes, but he's made some moves that are questionable to me, but I eventually liked. But there's Dave Gettleman and Pat Shurmur. I mean, I love that duo right there. That's going to be there for the long run. I really, really think that's a championship duo right there. Yeah. I really, really think that if we get the good players around them, some decent players around them, build the trenches, I think we're going to be just fine. Just fine. Where's TB at? Where's my guy Terabelli? Oh, my guy Terabelli. I'm gonna give him a sub real quick. My guy Terabelli, one of the OGs of the TTC. Got Bad Dog here, another OG of the TTC. Oh man, I miss what the TTC used to be. I used to be one of those typers in the TTC. I wasn't in the TTC, but I just loved watching it. But it kind of went down the drain. But I love the OGs, Bad Dog and Terabelli in the chat. Right. Everybody give some love to Bad Dog and Terabelli, the OGs.
Yes, sir.
The OGs. But yeah, like I was saying before, I just love where this team is going. I don't care what anybody says. I think we're making the right moves to build not just a one-time championship team like the Denver Broncos or whatever.
Yeah.
I really think, or the Seattle Seahawks, I really think that this team in the long run, give it 5 years tops, we're gonna be a good team and actually be a consistent.
If we stick with Gettleman, because what Gettleman and Shermer are doing right now, it's obvious that what he's doing takes time. So what he's trying to do right now is not something that's going to get fixed in a year or two. He understands that this team is time to grow. Okay, don't worry about it. And he's given it that time. And like I said, like we cannot fire him after 1-2 year. Like we're gonna have another 1 or 2, bad years. You got to let that go. Next year we're gonna have $100 million in cap. Over $100 million in cap.
Can somebody do a quick check? I don't know if you two want to do a quick check for who are the free agents coming up next year? Because I want to talk about. Let's talk about the free agents coming up next year.
The pass rusher free agents next year are pretty good.
I wish Jadeveon. Wait, is Jadeveon Clowney's on a tag, right?
He's on a tag. So next year,
let's get Jadeveon Clowney.
Hey, you know who else is on the tag? Who's better than Jadeveon Clowney?
Oh.
Marcus Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence on a tag as well. And the
Cowboys. You don't get our scheme. I wouldn't take him.
Play outside linebacker. He could play Vernon. He could play Vernon's role. Just always getting to the quarterback. He could just always go.
I don't think he's a stand-up pass rusher. He could
do that. Olivier Vernon was a hand of the dirt kind of guy. He played outside.
He stood up.
Never before. Not until this past year. He didn't. He always had his hand in the dirt.
He used to stand up. But in the 3-4 especially, he's going to stand up.
Yeah, but I think is better than Clowney. He's a better pass rusher. Clowney. Here's the thing about Clowney. Everybody thinks Clowney's like this phenomenal pass rusher. He's actually really not. Like Clowney is.
I just love scheme fit. I'm scared. I'm scared about getting guys that aren't scheme fit because a lot of GMs just take players because of their name, but it never fits their scheme.
But the thing is, Jadeveon Clowney is a way better run stuffer than he is a pass rusher. Like he's still a pretty decent pass rusher. He's better than anything we have on the roster right now. But he would come in.
Everybody is.
He would come in and be primarily a run stuffer, not really a pass rusher. He doesn't get to the quarterback.
Like another Olivier Vernon.
Yeah, he doesn't get to the quarterback as much as you want him to do. I
just love his hyperactive activity.
Yeah, I think his name is a little bigger than he is at the moment. At the moment.
Yeah, he definitely. I mean, especially being the first overall pick.
Like it's underrated to say Clowney's just really good against the run. Like he's phenomenal against the run, but his pass rush would not warrant the contract we would have to give him. In my personal opinion. I'm not willing to give him the contract we would have to for the amount of pass rush he'd bring. I just don't think it'd be that much.
If it's like another $19 million like Olivier Vernon, I'm no.
DeMarcus Lawrence going against the Cowboys, that'd be phenomenal. And everybody's like thinks, oh, Lorenzo Carter's fine. Do we seem to get one pass rush? We'll have Lorenzo Carter. Like, no, you're insane.
I like Lorenzo Carter as a rotational starter.
Exactly. I want to take this time to like attack some Giants fans who are thinking that our roster is better than it is for a second. Like Lorenzo Carter still has potential to become a good player, but right now he's only a rotational player. He is not a starter. He's not going to start.
I think he's a rotational starter.
He's a rotational starter who can drop back in coverage every once in a while, right? Sam Beal has potential. He could suck for all we know. Everybody's like, oh, we got Sam Beal. We just need to get one cornerback.
I'm scared about Sam Beal. I feel like we're going to get Giants luck on him.
Like, no, Sam Beal could suck next year. We have no clue. So everybody needs to stop this whole like I feel like there's so many Giants fans who go out there and just name people on the roster and just assume that they're on the Giants that they're good. They're like, oh, we got Sam Beal. We're okay. We got Cody Latimer. We got Corey Coleman. Like those guys aren't anything that special. Like
let me throw because what Entertainer Talking Sports was talking about. He said I want to get the interior pass rusher.
Christian Wilkins, 17.
Sorry, I was just about to say, what if we were to get at 17 Christian Wilkins? That is perfect value.
Is the second best defensive tackle in this year's draft.
Why is he so high and why is he so low on draft boards? I don't know.
People don't watch enough tape. That's why.
People are wanting, like, I like Rashawn Gary, but he had like very little production at Michigan.
It's not even in my top 5.
He was not impressive. And people don't even know where to put the guy. They don't even know where to put him at 5 technique or 3 technique.
Yeah.
If Christian Wilkins is probably the 3rd best, if not 2nd best interior defensive tackle pass rusher in this draft. Second best. You could switch him around with Ed Oliver. You could
here's the thing, really though, Ed Oliver's not as good of a pass rusher as people think. Ed Oliver, if we're ranking all these players, if we're ranking the top 5 pass rushers in this year's draft, not even by position, just pass rushers, Ed Oliver's not even top 5. I'm sorry, it's just true. Ed Oliver's the best run stuffer in this year's draft. Easily, hands down, phenomenal. When it comes to his pass rush ability, go look at his pressures, go look at his Pro Football Focus ratings, and go watch his tape. His pass rush is something to be, it's something left to be desired. But I'll tell you this, Pro Football Focus did this whole video on him that I was thinking about as well. It's like, well, it's because he's getting doubled and triple teamed. Well, they took away all his doubled and triple teamed plays, and they scouted him once again off of just his one-on-one plays. And when you took in his one-on-one plays, he was actually really good against the pass, but still not elite. He was really good, but not elite. So Ed Oliver potentially has an amazing ceiling for his pass rush ability, but as of right now, his pass rush isn't that high. And Entertainer's right; he's got a phenomenal push off of the center. And when you get, and people do really underrate the how important it is to have a really good push in the middle of the pocket.
Sometimes he's in back of that offensive line before they even know it.
Exactly. And I'm gonna say something that some people think is ludicrous, but I still stand behind this. I actually think an interior pass rush is more valuable than an edge pass rush. I also think an interior.
I think that depends.
Well, hold on, I'm gonna explain this to you. So I'm gonna give my reason behind this. I also think an interior offensive pass protection is more important than your tackles. I completely agree. And the reason why is because that if the inside of the pocket collapses, there is nowhere to go unless you are a completely super mobile QB. You don't have anywhere to go. If your edges collapse, you can step up in the pocket and make a good throw. But if somebody's coming from you from the interior of your line, unless you're really mobile, you don't really have a lot to do. So that's why I believe that an interior rush and an interior protection is actually more important than the edge. It's not very, sought after, but it's also a lot harder to create pressure from the inside. That's why. So
I wanna bring
Bad Dog
bring up something to you.
What's up? Me, Bad Dog, always right here, dude.
Bad Dog said earlier, I don't want to give him a Corey Coleman yet. He was a 1st-round pick. He has a lot of talent, could break out. Yeah, the thing is, I'm not going to give up on Corey Coleman, but I'm not going to think he's more than what he is. Exactly. Honestly, I didn't even like him as a 1st-round pick when he was coming out. I liked him a lot, and I talked about him with Ray back when he was drafted. I liked him a lot, but I never thought he was a true number 1 receiver. I thought he was just a good speedster, like a John Ross or a Tavon Austin or something like that, because he runs no routes.
Yeah.
Back at Baylor, he was at Baylor, right? Back at Baylor, he was running just curls, stop and goes, and goes. That's all I literally saw Corey Coleman run. So I would keep Corey Coleman, but just as like a Tavon Austin type player, or the kick returner. But that's all I'll keep. Corey Coleman for.
I stand firmly behind that an interior is better.
Interior to me, it depends, because if you're talking about an Aaron Donald type player, yes, I mean, I would definitely take an Aaron Donald type player in the interior over just a very good edge rusher. I'd always take that. But if you have, a regular, if you have a decent pass rush from the interior, it's okay. But sometimes you need those. You need those.
Like, I'm not comparing players. I'm comparing the pressure.
Yeah, but it depends how good the player is on the inside.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not comparing. I'm not comparing players right now. I'm comparing the value of the pressure. So if you can get consistent pressure from both, like if it's both the same, I value.
Oh, okay. I know what you're saying now. Okay, I know what you're saying.
Interior rushers. Okay. I'm not saying interior rushers on a flat, pull are always more valuable than exterior rushers. Okay. I'm just saying the interior pressure is more valuable than outer pressure. Just the pressure alone. I'm not talking about players. Just the pressure itself.
Did you put Kyle Shermer?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, but I also wanted to bring something up. Say if we do need somebody, because we didn't re-sign Mario Edwards.
No.
So I really thought we could have. We couldn't. We didn't.
I still think we should have re-signed Kerry Wynn, but that's okay.
It's not like Kerry Wynn. Yeah, we could still re-sign him. He hasn't got signed. He hasn't got signed.
He got signed.
He got signed? By who?
He signed like a 1 or 2 year deal with the Lions or something like that, I think.
Why is all the Giants defenses guy goes to the damn Lions? Oh my god!
I think it was
Romeo, my guy Romeo Aquara went too, and Devon Kennard. But
Bengals. Never mind.
Was it the Bengals? Oh man.
Yeah, Bengals signed Kerry Wynn. He went to the Bengals.
Bye, Kerry.
Yeah.
But the thing is, so we do have a hole there at the 3 technique spot, right? We have a hole there. We got Olsen Pierre.
Christian Wilkins right there. Quinn Williams right there. Those guys. And Oliver.
But the thing is, say we go somewhere else and we don't get a guy like that. In the second round,
we get an edge player.
Yeah, say we get something like say we get an edge player and a corner in the first round, right? We don't go 3 technique yet.
Yeah.
Why not go if we could in the second round get Zach Allen? What
kind of? Well, here's the thing. I've said that. I mean, have you not heard? You don't listen to me, man. I said I would Dalton Reiser, and I said trade back up for Zach Allen because we have that capital. We got like 2 4s. We got a 5th. We have some 6. We have like 3 7s.
If you look at the value, you probably have to trade up your whole all your picks to get back in the second.
Here's the thing, dude. Everybody's like, oh, 4th round, 5th round, 6th, 7th round picks almost become nothing. We just got lucky that our 4th round picks became something pretty good. You know, wait, who did we get in the 4th round? No, that's Kyle Laletto. Never mind. That's
no, but we got we had 2 third rounds. We had 2 third rounds.
Yeah, our 5th round pick was RJ McIntosh. He's actually pretty good. I like RJ.
He's our 3 technique guy, but I'm not relying on him yet.
He's not the guy right now. He's a rotational player at the most.
Yeah, he's a rotational player, but I assume this is what I assume. I assume Dave Gettleman drafted him to develop into a 3 that guy we need there. I think he can be. But I'm not relying on that yet. I'm not going to rely on that yet. That's why I would draft one anyway. But if you can, guys, I haven't asked that all stream, guys. But if you guys haven't liked the stream, make sure you guys hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. This chat has been absolutely rolling right now. I'm trying to keep up, guys.
Moving.
Yeah, this chat's moving, man. I'm trying to keep up, guys. And we're talking about so many stuff. I'm just trying to stay on topic and trying to keep up with you guys. So if you really want me to see something that I just can't see yet, keep copying and pasting it. I promise I'll get to it at some point.
Yeah. We gotta take some callers, man. Let's get Bad Dog Chris in here.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put my email in. It's about that time. It's about that time.
It's about that time.
And you guys, and I'll let the callers come up since this is a non-topic type show. This episode, we don't have a main topic to talk about.
There's a rule though. If you call in, you have to have a question.
Yeah. You have to have a topic. You got to have a question. Don't be like, hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah, what's up? And we're like, what's up? And he's like, no.
He's like, yeah, so thanks for putting me on the show. No problem, man. What do you want to talk about? Nothing, man. Just want to say hi, man. I mean, I like that. I mean, that's cool and all, but like, let's get the interaction going, you know?
He's like, I had a sandwich today. That was pretty good.
Yeah, right? Oh, this Red Bull was really good.
The Red Bull was pretty good. Poor Ramon looks dead, bro.
Yo, Ray, you good, bro? Dude is like,
bro, you look dead. You're just sitting like, you look like somebody. You look like your frog died, man.
Bro,
frog?
Yeah, hit me. No echoes.
That sounded personal, J-Zach.
Right? You got a frog, bro?
Same face I had.
Nah, yo, cause I have a test tomorrow for my I got finals week this week, so I have to study for my finals.
Man, I thought you were having them Vietnam PTSD, Odell Beckham Jr. flashbacks or something.
For real, bro. For real. No, I remember the moment when I opened up Instagram and I seen Odell traded to the Browns. I died inside again.
Chris said I can talk sandwiches with you all day if you want.
Let's go.
I mean, he's from New York, man. They know about a good sandwich.
Yeah, man. Oh, Terabelli, man. My man Terabelli. I appreciate that, man. My man Terabelli. If you guys haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my guy Terabelli.
Going right now.
Just one of those authentic, classic New York Giants fans right there. Love his content. Love everything he brings to the table. Thanks so much for the dono, man. Appreciate that, Terabelli. My man TB.
Listen, Bobby. All right. If you see a hat on my head besides a Giants hat, or a Yankees hat, it's only for the color. I don't get hats. Like if I like a team, I'm gonna get their hat any color. But if I get a hat that's not the team I like, it's just for the color. Like that's the only reason I'm wearing this hat.
All right, guys. If you guys emailed me, if you guys want to be a guest on the show, I'm checking my email right now.
MH, it's provolone all day, bro. You talking about?
I like mustard cheese.
Nah, it's provolone.
It's sharp cheddar.
Sharp cheddar.
Queso de papa. Queso de papa.
Pepper Jack's second favorite. Pepper Jack's second favorite. Man,
Pepper Jack's good,
Subway,
man.
Bro. What's wrong with you guys? Now I want Subway.
I just had Subway today. I just had Subway today. Italian BMT with some shredded.
Yeah, man. All right, stop. I haven't eaten dinner yet, man. Chill.
Extra onion, banana pepper. Oh man,
I'm about to leave this.
Cheese.
Oh man.
Oh man, but all right, guys, I'm checking my email now. You guys need to email that if you guys. I'm gonna put it back in the chat. Email that if you want to be part of the show and with your username, and I will add you on. I'm sorry, it's a very weird way to get you on the show, but it's the ghetto. It's the ghetto way right now. Until I get a good PC and I can get OBS and stuff like that and get Skype or Discord.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to wait for that, guys. But for now, just stick with me and email that if you want the link. I'll give you the link, and you guys could go ahead and voice your opinion. Say if we suck, if we're awesome, if our opinions suck, and tell us why. Of course, I want to come in, but I have not keeping my football lately. It's good, NYG. It's good, man. You come back next time if you want. Who listen?
Giants want Daniel Jones? Please don't. Please no.
Yeah, why? I've been hearing that. It better be smoke. Better be smoke. I don't want Daniel Jones.
You have to download Google Hangouts?
I like Daniel Jones, but do I have to download Google Hangouts?
No, you don't have to.
I don't think you have to. I think if I just add you on, it just goes onto your phone automatically.
You don't have to. Well, I don't know about the phone. I use my PC, so I don't know about the phone. But
oh yeah, some people use their phone. Like when some people use their phone.
He'll probably use his laptop when he gets home. He'll probably use
I don't think I don't have the Google Hangout downloaded.
I have the app downloaded just because it's easier, but
yeah, I don't have the app downloaded. I just do it off of Windows. Just on my Google Chrome, actually.
Yeah.
Just like the video of your human being. Ray, what are you doing?
we gotta get the entertainer to find out how to make phone calls on Skype or something when it's not personal. Because I bought the Skype cell phone, but
here's what I like. What Bad Dog did on his show. What Bad Dog did on his show is that he set up the computer and he put it on speaker. Like loudspeaker, and then you could hear the mic picks it up, and then you could kind of like without having a phone number, they just called his Skype, and then they talk like that. So it's kind of like having a free number.
No. I mean that's how the Skype works. Like that's how I was gonna do it. They would call in on my computer, but the thing with that is like you can't have like conversation with other people and let them hear the phone call as well. It's like I need to find we got to find a way.
Yeah, but what I was saying is like. It's something different than buying the phone call. Like if someone called you just regular, say if I called you on Skype and you put me on speaker, you put your PC volume up, put me on speaker, and but there would be a problem because then you would hear everybody else's voice in there.
All the echo.
Yeah. That if it was solo, it works if you're solo. It doesn't.
The things we do when we're waiting for callers, the things we talk about when we're waiting for callers.
If you have a dual PC situation, then you can. But
yeah. Well, no, either way, because you're still fundamentally working off of one Skype, but
yeah, I know, but like no, but if you're in Google Hangout and then have one,
Skype,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's something you could do. Oh yeah, if you had a second,
if you have a whole second computer, like not a dual monitor, like a whole different computer.
Yeah. Oh man, Daniel Jones is a clone of Eli Manning. No, he's not. They're not even close. Why are people getting that idea from?
Daniel Jones is a clone of Kirk Cousins. I think
they're not similar quarterbacks. Really like Kirk Cousins. Daniel Jones is not good. Like he's like the fourth best quarterback in a very weak quarterback class. Like the only two quarterbacks in this class that
he comes from Duke. Drafting, he comes from Duke.
Kyler Murray and Dwayne Haskins, kind of gross.
He comes from Duke. I mean, what quarterbacks ever come out of Duke?
I don't care about that. I'm not a big guy. The quarterbacks coming out of
this. But coaching always takes a play in that. You know? The coaching and the playing.
Oklahoma's not known to give out really good quarterbacks. And
which school?
Oklahoma, and look at Baker.
Oh yeah, but then look at Kyler. You know they're starting a new trend.
Look at Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Look at Tua from Alabama.
Can we all just reminisce of the fact back in the 2015 draft when people thought Baker Mayfield was coming out, he was projected to be a 5th round pick.
That pissed me off.
He was projected to be a 5th round pick, and when I watched this film, I was like, Paul Blart.
My man, what up? Oh my God, it's
Paul Blart, man. Listen, if he's Paul Blart, he's Paul Blart. You know,
Kevin James, my guy, bro. I love me some Kevin James. That's my guy.
Oh my God, I'm not gonna lie. Paul Blart's a corny movie, but it's so funny.
It's so funny though, dude.
I'll watch that movie over and over again. It's like a childish movie, but it's awesome.
Man, Entertainer had the Broncos taking Drew Lock in his draft. I don't think so, man. I think the Broncos are going to ride it out another year with Flacco.
I'll tell you what.
I think they're going to ride it out.
The YouTubers' mock drafts are always better than the media's mock draft.
Because the media doesn't know anything, dude. Like Mel Kiper, like taught like McVay or something like that. Those guys suck, dude.
Is a moron. I don't even know why the hell he's. I hate ESPN. I don't watch ESPN. It's so bad. It's so bad. But I only watch NFL Network. But there's this guy, Chad Reuter. You seen his mock drafts? They're so bad. Charles Davis.
Oh, dude, the worst mock drafts is I forgot his name. He's that black dude. He's on Brooks. Yeah, Bucky Brooks. Him, dude. He's freaking. Oh my god, those videos are so. He's got Rashawn Gary going to the Giants at 6. I almost threw up. Dude. Oh my god. How tall is Chris? I keep hearing jokes about Chris being short. Is Chris short too? Is he in the gang?
Yeah, I think Chris is like 5'8".
He's like, oh, that's not short. Leave your man's alone.
It's average, but you know what it is now. If you're not short, you know what I mean?
That's average. Hey man, you got to pull your mic a little close to your face. You're cutting out a little bit.
Yeah, because I'm leaning down. Hold on.
Yeah.
But
5'8" short.
What was I gonna say? Crap.
I'm 5'11", I swear. Yeah, it's not short at all. That's tall, man. He's 5'11".
Oh, you're 5. Chris, I thought you said you were 5'8", man. Okay, I'll believe you. But the only guys I actually watch their mock drafts, and I don't even like their mock drafts like that, but it's kind of the most reasonable is Daniel Jeremiah and another guy, I can't remember his name, that I like seeing his mock drafts just to get a good opinion and stuff. But everybody else, trash. Like one guy had Jonah Williams being drafted 3rd overall.
That's not too bad though.
Why would you get Jonah Williams 3rd overall?
He's the best. Okay, it's a position of need.
The Jets trade down
because you don't know if you trade down, the Jaguars probably take him. Only 3 picks away. Were you going to trade down 2 picks?
I don't know the values there.
No, here's the thing. Positional. If you factor in the positional importance, the value is there. Right. So here's the thing, because you're taking away the positional importance, which is fine because I do that all the time. I'm doing that with Haskins.
Yeah.
But the thing is that you just drafted what you think is going to be your new franchise quarterback, Sam Darnold. And you're going to get the best tackle in the draft to protect him. Your offensive line is garbage. It's probably one of your team's biggest needs is tackle, and the best one available is sitting in your lap. I think it's actually reasonable. Don't be surprised. Like
if I'm the Jets, I'm not going offensive tackle at 3.
I would have like if he's that good. But here's the thing: Jonah Williams isn't good enough to be warranted at 3. Like I'll say that.
Pass rusher though, who do they have at pass rusher?
Like Quentin Nelson last year was valuable enough at 2, and he's a guard. But then again, I believe interior pressure is more important. So, like I said, Quentin Nelson. Then again, Jonah Williams is not Quentin Nelson. Quentin Nelson was the 2nd best player in last year's draft, in my opinion, right behind Saquads. But that's the thing though, like. I don't think it's that insane. If I would not be surprised. Like I'm not going to be like, oh my god, they're freaking dumb if the Jets take Jonah Williams, because Jonah Williams, he's not just the best tackle in this year's draft. He's actually a good tackle. So it's different.
Why is everybody saying Jonah Williams is better at guard? Daniel Jeremiah said
that's ridiculous. That's stupid. Anybody saying Jonah Williams should play guard is an idiot. Like no. He's been super successful at tackle. Let him play tackle.
He's an lineman.
And he's the best tackle in the draft. So it's not going to change as soon as he gets to the NFL. No, Jonah Williams, best tackle in the draft. He's a tackle at the next level.
Daniel Jeremiah's big board, he has Jonah Williams high at that, somewhere like 15 or 16 or something like that, somewhere around in that range. But he has him as a guard. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I've seen 3 mock drafts on YouTube from smaller YouTubers. They'll put him in there at guard, and they have all these other offensive linemen being taken before him. I'm like, what the? And I'll comment something like he's a tackle, and they're like, he's gonna play guard at the next level. Like, no, he's not. He's even come out and said he wants to play tackle at the next level. Like he's come out and even said that,
And what is it that they see that he has to play guard?
It's a short arm. His arms are shorter.
Yeah, his arms are short, but he has great athleticism. He has sideline to sideline quickness, which you need for a tackle. You don't need that with a guard. You need that with a tackle. He can handle the speed rush. Great footwork. He's black.
He's MH
quotes, has the best quotes. He remembers all the best quotes. He has like 3 quotes of mine that I didn't even remember I said, but he quoted me, and I was just dying. I was like, I can't believe you remember that.
My God.
Oh man, yo Ray, that water looks so good right now. Yeah. I am not gonna lie, man.
Chugging. Keep chugging.
I'm not gonna lie. I need some water right now. That Red Bull got me thirsty.
My water's been out for a little bit. I'm kind of sad about it.
Yes, please.
Put your email again in the chat again.
Oh yeah, guys, email the thing. Listen, the thing is, I know you guys want to join, but you guys are lazy to email me because you probably guys don't want to get off the stream. But listen, if you want to be part of the chat, just do it. Just do it. Because trust me, people always say, "Well, do this, subscribe to this." I'm like, I'm too lazy. It sounds too much work. Like I want to support you, but you know. Yeah. But I get it, guys. I get it. I know why you wouldn't want to email a thing. It's kind of like unorthodox, but
yeah. My God, I want to join the stream.
Who said that? I can't even see.
Big Ray? Blue dudes, Ray. We're doing the stream.
Nah, you're banned.
You're banned. I don't think nobody is coming. Yeah, probably
thirsty.
Not.
Yeah, man, I'm thirsty. I'm drinking this nasty polar seltzer water, but it's the closest thing I got to a drink right now. So
3 dislikes. I like it.
Movie critic, you have to email that email, my friend. I keep refreshing my email and nothing's happening. So if you guys don't refresh the email,
we traded OBJ for a bag of chips and Powerade.
That's what I said that he remembered. Oh man, some Fritos, man. The Fritos, not just any kind of bag of chips. Some Fritos. Nobody likes some damn Fritos. But here's the thing. I want to talk about.
You live in Texas, me too, man.
I'm gonna talk about. I posted it in the chat. Movie critic. The email's up there. Just scroll up a little bit. But now that I think about it, I watched some Jabril Peppers film. And listen, nobody can tell me. I don't care what Pro Football Focus rated Jabril Peppers. I don't care. As an overall box safety, he's not better than Landon Collins. Can he be a better overall safety than Landon Collins?
Well, like Pro Football Focus, they did say that. They said that in the box, Collins was better, but they graded Jabril Peppers higher overall this past year because it's covered.
Everybody takes Pro Football Focus rankings for at biblical. You don't do.
Well, I think they're a very good basis to start off of.
They're
no idea.
Use your own eyes. They're literally
in the box. Collins is better.
Everybody that talks to me says, "Oh, Jabril Peppers was rated higher than Landon Collins. He's better than Collins. He's not better than Collins." Yes, do I prefer the value with Jabril Peppers and what we're paying him? Absolutely, I'd take Jabril Peppers over Landon Collins because of the value. But to say that he's better than Landon Collins, come on, guys. You can't.
I don't know. No, I don't know, man. Overall, I do think Peppers last year was a better player than Landon Collins. Overall, okay. You can't just keep taking this in the box crap, okay? Landon Collins half a safety.
Yeah, I know.
He's got the run, but he's getting torched by everybody else out there, dude. Overall, last year Peppers was a better safety overall.
Yeah, I did like his coverage ability. I'm not gonna lie, I did like it. He did improve better with his coverage ability. Like in Michigan, it was okay, but he never put himself in a position to get interceptions and things like that. He never was able to bait guys like that, and that's what I like in seeing defensive backs like Tyrann Mathieu. Like he does it so naturally. And a lot of people compare Jabril Peppers to Tyrann Mathieu because of his skill set. Tyrann Mathieu is a guy that he's gonna bait you, especially with his size. He doesn't look. You never know where he's at. So, he's a guy to sneak up on you and get himself an interception. Jabril Peppers was never one to do that. In college, he had one interception. It was off a tip pass back in college,
They said they sent your email.
Oh. Well, it's good to hear your voice, Ray.
Please talk to us.
Bro, it's like every time I have to mute it because either somebody's passing in the hallway or the mic moves, so I don't know if it's going to echo. So I'm not trying to, have it echo while y'all talking, but
how come you're not using your Yeti?
Because my Yeti, I had to take out the USB port and I had to replace it, so I had to buy the whole soldering iron and all that.
You could why don't you just buy a new cord?
No, it's not the cord; it's the input.
Oh, inside the Yeti?
Yeah, I had to open the Yeti and fix it.
Yeah, dude. There's another. Yeah. Do you know how much that is? Because there's another mic I'd probably recommend. That's like $50. That's just as good as the Yeti.
Nah, I already know how to fix it. I already got the piece and everything. I just got to buy the soldering iron, which is like $15 for everything.
Oh, okay. Well, then hurry up. Golly.
Yeah, I got to do that ASAP.
Yeah, it's like I know a lot about all this tech stuff, man. PC gamer, all stuff. I learned a lot about that stuff. So I know a lot about really good budget tech.
Who said they emailed me? Because I don't even have an email.
It's Jay Smith said email sent.
Yeah, Jay Smith.
Jay Smith was the guy I was having trouble with before. That I was trying to get him on, but
my god, yeah, that one stream that you just kept going back and forth.
Yeah, he was the guy. Jay Smith. Is I don't know if you're comfortable with doing it, but if you want to put your email in the chat real quick so I could email you, because I don't know what it is with just his account. It just
how do you know I played Rainbow Six? But yeah, I did. I played on PC. How'd you know that?
Yeah, Rainbow Six Siege is beast.
Yeah, I played that on my PC. Oh, my channel did used to be a Rainbow Six Siege channel.
It's coming back. Rainbow Six is getting big again. I gotta re-download it. I have it on
PC. My channel used to be a Rainbow Six Siege channel.
Yeah, I love Rainbow Six. I remember. Oh my god, I used to be obsessed.
Put his email in the chat.
Huh? All right.
I'm on the chat.
Movie critic, I'm gonna have you on next, my friend. I just want to get Jay on here because I feel so bad. I was trying to get him on like 2 streams ago and I couldn't do it.
Yeah, Bob. Okay, I thought you were like stating the fact that you knew I played that. It's a question you were asking. Yeah, I play on PC. I play that. I didn't know he was asking me a question. I thought he was just saying that. Like, you play that? I'm like, how'd you know? You know my life.
All right, I sent you an invite, Jay. So let me know if you got it. Make sure the email's spelled right, by the way, because I know I've had that problem with another guy before. And then I got your email, movie critic. I got your email. I'm waiting to put you on, my friend. I'm gonna try one more time with Jay Smith because to be fair, he was trying to get on for so long, and I wasn't able to put him on. Kid Blue talking rainbows. Rainbow Six is good, man.
I don't know one PC player that doesn't play Rainbow Six. Well, I don't play Rainbow Six Siege. Isn't one of my main games. It's just a game. It used to be one of my main games. I don't play it a ton anymore.
When I do get on Xbox, I'm an Apex guy, man.
Yeah, I play a lot of Apex and CS:GO and stuff like that.
Love Apex.
Minecraft.
Battlefield.
Minecraft.
Yeah, man.
Minecraft used to be that insane, man. Oh my god.
I actually never got into Minecraft as a kid, man. Low key, never got into it.
I love it.
No, we used to know like Minecraft.
We used to make whole worlds, like multiple worlds, man.
Yeah, for real.
I had no one to play with as a kid. That's why. Well, I had no one to play Minecraft with as a kid. Let me just.
Your face.
Why I sound like a lonely lifer.
Yeah, I never had anybody to play with. That's why. We Fly High says, "Can I get a link?" All right, man. Email this link right here. But you're gonna have to wait in line. Movie critic is next. But
don't at me. Ryan Kerrigan is the most underrated player. I think he's underrated. He's not the most underrated player. He's underrated.
Underrated. People don't give him love, and he still produces every year. But to say he's a top,
hey, bro, Jay Smith, no email. What is going on?
No, it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be an email. It's supposed to be an invite through Google Hangouts.
Oh, but the thing is, he tries to email my account, like how I have it that they email my account and I send the link from email.
Mm-hmm.
It works for everybody else but Jay Smith. I don't know why. It's like he's banned on my account or something.
So weird.
Because he got my email. He says the email is not found.
Okay, check your phone.
What? I don't have anything on my phone, but I'm gonna add on movie critic. I'll keep it moved. Did you text me?
Yeah.
I don't got nothing yet.
Man, that Florida coverage, man.
Yeah, man, I got Metro.
Oh God, Lee.
Yeah, I got Metro, man. You know how it is. But yeah, let me put in
Dude, this is not good. I'm so hungry, and I'm looking at all my subscription videos right now. There's this YouTuber named Matt Stoney. He eats like a bunch.
Yeah,
he just uploaded the Philly cheesesteak video, and I'm just like, my mouth is just like, I'm so.
I haven't had a Philly cheesesteak in so long, yo.
Dude. I'm so freaking hungry. My God.
I didn't get your email either, Jay. But I have movie critic's email. I got his email, and he's waiting to come in. So I'm gonna throw him in here since he's waited and he sent his. I just don't know. I'm really sorry, Jason. I don't know what's going on, man. I'm trying to get you in here. Man. I really don't know what's going on.
Jazz has a Odell Beckham clone.
But guys, if you guys are sending me, because I know We Fly High just sent me a message on Hangout. Don't send me a message on Hangout because I don't have the app here, so I'm not like looking at it. You guys have to send me an email. Send me the email, not from Hangout though, like regular email, like old school, 1990s stuff. Send me an email. I'm gonna add my guy Movie Critic in the chat, and he can tell us his opinions on things and stuff like that. So we'll be waiting for Movie Critic right now. And Jason Smith don't have Hangouts. I have no clue what's going on yet. I have Hangouts. Yeah, but try Kid Blue, meet me on Apex tomorrow. Bro, I try to get on, man. I never have time to get on. That's why I can't promise anything, Bavith. But I want to play with you.
Just don't expect it. He gets on like once a month. Gets on once a month.
I
get yeah, he got on yesterday and got off like within an hour or two or something. No, like 2 hours. But that was the first time in like months. Like even my friends be like, "Whose name is that? Who is that?"
Kid Blue looking swole today. Man, that carrying that mail today. Going getting those parcels. Last email went through. Oh God, please say it went through. Oh, Movie Critic. I don't know if you're still in here, man, but I sent you a link. But yeah, let's keep this chat rolling as far as freaking football goes.
All right, y'all. I'm actually gonna go ahead and call out for the rest of the night.
All right.
For the podcast. I mean, I can still record the video. I gotta get me some food, man.
All right, man.
Food.
He saw that Philly cheesesteak video. He's like,
yeah, all I can think about is food now. I'm losing my mind. Like, I'll go ahead and call out for the podcast. And
all right, I'll hit you up when I'm ready to start the video.
Yeah, for sure, man. Then we can record the video. I gotta go get some food. Everybody in the chat, it's good talking to you guys. Have a good night. Ray, I love you.
Later, bro.
I'll see you later. All right. Thanks for having me on. Later, guys.
All
right, man.
Oh, so now we gotta add your other account so it could do the whole.
Oh yeah. And here's the thing, guys. I don't know what's going on because I could add my second account real quick. I could do it right now. It'll go right through. I could add my second account in. Boom. Oops. And the reason why, guys, I add my second account is so we can all see our faces and stuff like that. Oh my God, I can't type today. Oh my goodness. All right. Dylan says, "See ya, boy." Philly cheesesteak 55. Yeah, see, I'm adding myself right now. You guys gonna see a little bit of echo. Sorry about that. We're not bored, man. We're just trying to get some viewers in here. I mean, we're trying to get some people in the chat.
Listen, I don't post on my YouTube channel because I'm too busy on Xbox. All right, this is why my cousin uploads more than me because he uses his time to upload. I use my time to play. Feel me? So, but look, I'm not bored. I'm just tired though. This whole week is just straight finals week. I got straight classes. I got so much I got to do that I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I got a whole paper and a whole test. I got to listen. I don't even know at this point.
Oh my God! More weeks left. I got your freaking email.
Oh, let's go.
I got your freaking email. All right, the link has been sent, my friend. The link has been sent. The long-awaited J Smith. Hopefully, he's about to join the channel right now. But guys,
I know it's only Tuesday. I swear.
You guys got to help me out, man. I want to talk about something as far as football goes. I'm about to look on Football Analysts right now and get some headlines going because it's really been pretty boring this past week.
Yeah, the last thing I heard was about the Patriots being interested in Sterling Shepard and they was willing to give a third round pick, but
man, I don't want to get rid of Sterling yet.
Yeah, but if we're not really planning on doing anything this season, might as well, to be honest. But who knows?
Yeah, we can. I mean,
Because I'll give us another third round pick. If we was to get Josh Rosen, we could use a third round pick to get Josh Rosen and still have a third round pick. So I
yeah.
don't know.
But what do you guys think about the new rules? There are a couple of new rules that came out.
I was reading a little bit into it, but I don't understand it. Well, I understand it, but defenseless player block
Yeah,
or
that's
hits,
ridiculous.
yeah, which I
But
knew that was gonna happen because the NFL is getting soft. So
yeah, I see the things right now. The kickoff rules that they were implementing last year is going to stay permanent.
mhm.
So the taking the kickoff, the touchback is like at the 25-yard line now and stuff like that. No running starts and all that stuff. No. The blockers can't hold hands to get a good block in. You can't do
Mm.
that anymore. So basically, you can't be organized when taking a kickoff. You just gotta freaking run for your life. Pretty much what you have to do, which in my opinion probably causes more injuries.
Yeah,
Is Jay Smith in here?
nope.
Oh man, come on, Jay Smith, I'm waiting for you, man. Blindside is done. Yeah, I'm looking in right now. I'm looking at the rules right now, and then expands protection to a defensive player. How much expansions do we need for a defenseless player? You're playing football. If you're defenseless, that's a problem. Defend yourself. Defend yourself. If you get blindsided, you should have been looking that way. That's it. That's how it works. Why does football need to be so pity patty now? Simplifies the application of scrimmage kick rules for missed field goals. I don't even know what that is. Is that? I don't even know.
What are you
Allow
reading?
to elect the new approved rules for 2019.
Oh,
Allow
the
elect to
football analyst put them up.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Allow teams to elect it to enforce on the succeeding try or succeeding free kick on an opponent's personal or unsportsmanlike conduct foul committed during a touchdown. I don't know. All these big words, man. I don't understand. I don't understand. Uh, just got home. Oh, okay, my guy Chris, you missed it. Jay Zach just left, Chris, but you can still join in, man. You can still join in, man. I'll send you my email and you can join it. Yeah, I'll send you my email. It's more safe because I don't want anybody spamming you. Gotta have the guy Chris on the show. Entertainment talking home. I just want to let you guys know I appreciate you guys always joining into the show. I really enjoy doing the show. I apologize. I had to cancel the show last week. Apologize for that, guys. Things came up and I couldn't do it, but I'm back now. I'm going to be uploading. My next mock draft should be up either, I don't want to say tomorrow, but by very, very maximum Friday. Friday? No, what's today? Today's Tuesday, right? Okay,
Yeah, it's Tuesday. Yeah.
by the maximum Thursday. The new mock drafts will be up by Thursday. All right, Chris. No problem. Just email me, and hopefully it goes through because I've been having some people saying it's not going through. And I also, Jake Reynolds sent it. I think let everybody join in. Yeah, I don't want to do that because last time it was a little hectic. Last time nobody was able to speak. I want to just have like a call-in show. Said couldn't join call. Man, Jay Smith was so close. He was so close.
For real, you got the email and everything.
Email. Come on, man. Trying to get my guy in here. He's a loyal subscriber. With OBJ gone, how much do you think Evan Ingram improves with the increased touches? Listen, and J-Zack said this before. I don't know if you agree with this, Ray, but I think Evan Ingram could have a better season than his rookie year.
Yeah, of course.
750 yards. He can have 900 next year if we play our cards right,
Mm-hmm.
He's just a matchup nightmare.
Yeah, exactly.
And I would definitely use him as trade bait. If we can get a second-round pick for him, whether that's this year or next year, trade bait. Because because tight ends are like, if you have a good tight end, then you have a good tight end. But if you don't have a tight end, I mean, okay, you know what I mean? Kid Blue, would you run the Powerade at quarterback? Nah, man, probably not. I love me some Powerade, but probably not. It's a Tana talking, ripping clothes. MH is a funny guy, man. MH is a funny guy. J-Zack says he's coming back. All right, man. I'm gonna put
he got his little food, you know.
Yeah,
He's ready.
Listen,
wait. Listen, J-Zack. Listen. I'm the only person that can eat in streams. So if you got food right now, you got to eat it and then join. You can't join and eat because, you know, there's a trademark thing. I could sue you for this, all right?
I could sue you.
All right?
Oh, man. But yeah, guys, make sure you guys subscribe to Big Blue News. Whenever he posts a video, it's going to happen.
It's gonna happen eventually. And one thing I'm going to say, hold up. Should I don't want to bring that up. I'll save it for next podcast.
Okay, Chris, I'm gonna get you in right now. But what were you gonna say? Well, what is it about?
Next month.
It's about next month? Oh, that you're gonna upload next month?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't understand. I'm confused.
You're slow, bro.
Oh, yeah. Let's not be a surprise, man.
Yeah.
Surprise. Yeah, my son J-Zack was munching. Yeah, my son. Yeah,
he's scarfing that food down, yo.
Bro. Ramon has a sexy beard, MH says. Wow, you got some fans with the beard. As Ray go ahead and caresses his beard. Oh man. Jay Smith, you can't call me because we're on a call right now. You're gonna have to. I don't know, man. I really don't know how it's not working for you, Jay-Zack. Jay Smith. I send you an email, an invite, Jay-Zack. Yo, just email it to me.
I'm done.
Oh yeah, we're waiting for Chris to get in here. We're waiting for Jay-Zack to come back. He said that's a good looking beard.
Oh yeah. You know,
I email both of you, Chris and Jay-Zack.
Gio's aspiring to be like me right now. No.
Nah, man. Nah, it's gonna go full, man. I'm telling you.
I'm almost there, bro. I'm almost there.
So Chris, if I emailed you and you got the link, click the link and it's gonna let you join right into the stream. I know it's kind of unorthodox, man. I apologize. Send another. I sent it to you both ways, Jay-Zack. I sent it to you right through. There you are. You're back.
Let me make sure he's not eating.
And he's back.
Hey.
You don't got no food, right?
I didn't even eat, man. I didn't even eat, bro. I go to my kitchen. I open the fridge. I'm like, okay, I could cook that. I could cook that. And then I hear you guys talking football because I'm still leaving it on. Like I was going to eat my food.
Hold on.
So, hey, Chris.
We got the man.
And it's Tana.
What's going on, man?
My guy, Chris.
Hold on. Yeah, you guys know what to do. Everybody stand up. Everybody stand up real quick.
Stand up.
I want to stand up, but you know. Well, what's going on, Chris? How's it been, man?
Oh, I had to turn the volume off on the stream because I was getting the echo. Oh. But no, you guys are doing a great job, man. I was sitting in my work truck listening. You guys got a great thing going on over here. Talking draft. I was like, you guys really know your stuff. I love Jay-Zack. Of course, I love Kid Blue. I've had him on the channel a few times. Can't wait to have Jay-Zack on the chat. Both you guys. I want to work with both you guys together. I think it'd be great. And I actually think it would be really cool. I mean, I've done joint mock drafts with Jet Central and Rover, and you've seen them. But I think if the three of us did one together, if it's on your channel, whatever.
I literally was talking about that with Kid Blue about, well, it was a duo, but I would love to have all three of us. But I was having it to where all three of us would have to pick for one team. But the reason why it'd be complicated and fun is because we all had to agree on a player in order to pick him. I was thinking of doing something like that. So we'd have to.
That would be cool too. The way that we did it was we just alternated. Like I would have the first, the fourth, the seventh, the 10th.
I definitely want to do something like that too, but I also wanted to do something a little more complicated because then it would spark a debate of, come on, no, we have to get this guy. We have to fight over a prospect to take. So
I like that. Really I like that. We'd be fighting over Kyle Murray the whole time.
Oh yeah, I know. I know. It'd be ridiculous.
Hey guys,
what's going
on?
Up,
the movie critic in there.
Bro? First time on the stream with Entertainer. How is everybody?
What's going on, movie critic? How you doing, buddy?
Good.
And Ray, by the way, Ray's always like. I always like what Ray brings to the show. He's been a little quiet this time, but I like Ray a lot.
Thank you. I like that. See, look, at least you acknowledge me. You know, I felt like y'all forgot about me for a second.
Push your way. You can't raise your hand. You just got to grow in there, man.
Yeah, for real.
Raymond has been quiet this whole time. Like, what the hell, man?
No, listen. I have a test. I have a test tomorrow, and I'm like trying to study. I'm looking. If you see me looking down, I'm looking at a textwick online. So I'm like trying to read it.
I thought you were looking at I thought you were looking at a mirror, admiring your beard.
I wish. I don't have a mirror right now. You know.
We're all Giants fans, obviously.
Yes, all of us.
So, I mean,
you guys are Giants fans?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Wow, news. Very good. But we're talking about now. We have 2 first-round picks. We haven't had that as Giants. You know, Giants haven't had that in a long time. And
I can't remember the last time we had 2 early first-round picks.
And everybody has their own 2 picks. Everybody has their own 2 picks. So I do want to get you guys' opinions on there. Chris, on the show, who do you want, like, set in stone? Who do you want at 6 and 17? Perfect scenario.
I mean, of course, it all depends on who's there, right?
Perfect scenario.
Perfect scenario, Quentin Williams, if he drops to us.
17?
17, perfect scenario.
Quentin is not dropping.
DeAndre?
He could drop to 6.
If Kyler's taking,
he could.
Yeah, he could. I would say there's at least a 15-20% chance he could.
If Kyler's taken and somebody trades up ahead of the Giants for Haskins, there's a chance that any of those guys could drop because the Jets might take Allen because of positional need. The Raiders could take him. That's a possibility. I could see the Raiders taking him. Right? The Niners will take Bosa. The Jets could take Allen. The Raiders could take. They could actually take Devin White if they wanted.
They could take Metcalf too.
They could take Metcalf as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think the Raiders will take Nelson.
Yeah, but I think this is the scenario I see possible Quentin Williams drops. But I think the first 3 are set in stone if Murray goes to the Cardinals. I think Josh Allen's going to the Jets. I think Bosa's going to the Cardinals. If somebody trades with the Raiders to move up to get Haskins, then the Bucs, because they already have McCoy, might say we want Devin White to play linebacker. That's the scenario I see where we could get him, or we could have a trade with the Bucs where we say, you know what, we'll move up for the 5 to 6, and we'll give you a little something, so it assures we get Quentin Williams. So I could see those 2 scenarios playing out. But then at 17, and this is based off the fact. See, it all depends on who we get. But if we got Quentin Williams at 17, then I would want a cornerback, whether it be Greedy Williams, DeAndre Baker, Byron Murphy. I would want the best available cornerback.
Yeah.
The value is great there. The value is great there. And I wouldn't be mad if we got Christian Wilkins either. I wouldn't be mad.
Like if we took Haskins, then like at 17, I would not mind Christian Wilkins, like Brian Burns.
I think Christian Wilkins is a good potential trade back up into the back end of the first round.
I don't know, man. I think if enough players are doing it, like if enough scouts and GMs and coaches are watching enough tape, like they probably should be, I think people are probably, I think coaches and GMs are probably, I think they probably value him higher than most scouts do.
Yeah,
Christian Wilkins, he's so good. The Christian Wilkins, he's good enough to be drafted by a team like the Atlanta at 14? They're drafting at 14 or something like
14.
But then I see so many needs from other teams that are higher than defensive tackle, like offensive tackle.
That's why these players are going to drop because of positional needs.
I got a name for you guys, and he said he didn't want to play in cold weather. Would you be willing to trade up? Say he gets to like 31, 32, or do you think he could possibly fall to 37? Jalen Ferguson.
I don't like the fact that he said that. I don't want to play in cold weather, but I like Jalen Ferguson.
He's an animal.
He's an animal.
I like him.
I kind of like him.
I don't like his.
I wouldn't trade back up in the first form.
He looks too stiff to me, but that may be just me. But Jalen Ferguson looks a little too stiff for me. He'll probably drop to me. He can go high. He's not going to go first round. I don't think Jalen.
I think he could.
I think he could go first round.
Possible, but you got a lot of other defensive talent that could drop. Like Ja'Kai Polite could drop because of
Polite. I think could drop too. Polite's a good second round.
Go ahead, Amir.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say the thing about the Giants, though, with them and draft picks is you never know because they've really surprised me so many times in the past. With taking like Eli Apple and also this stuff. I really hope they make a good decision.
That's different GM, different coach, man.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Last year, like I could have called every single pick the Giants.
I swear to God, I tell my friends all the time. I wish I was on YouTube last year because I swear to God, I didn't call BJ. I didn't call BJ Hill, but I called
This year is different. We traded Odell Beckham. There's a lot of things that can happen. I don't know. It's a very different year.
I think Gettleman's Gettleman. I think he's going to.
I think he's going to go for I think he's going to. I think he'll still stay the same. Like last year, I called Saquon. I knew Will Hernandez
would take Haskins though, or no? If he's there,
if he's there at 6, I think I would say I think he's going to at least a coin flip if he's there.
Yeah, I think it's 50-50 if he's there at 6 too.
Yeah, but last year we were talking. Last year we were doing streams like draft streams and stuff like that. I said Saquon was a must for me. I was like, I want Saquon.
Yeah.
I didn't like the quarterbacks in this draft. But then I was talking about Will Hernandez in a second, but then I was like, oh, but he isn't going to drop to the second. But we actually got Will Hernandez in a second.
Yeah.
BJ Hill, when I did my mock draft for BJ Hill, I had BJ Hill as a possible draft pick in the 5th round.
Yep.
Taking him in the 3rd round. I was like, even better.
And it was a great pick. It was a great pick. And Lorenzo Carter and I called Lorenzo Carter last year, not before the draft, but after day 1. I said Lorenzo Carter is a prime target for round 3.
Well, that's the crazy part. I thought Lorenzo Carter was gone. So when they said the Giants select Lorenzo Carter,
everyone appreciate the dono, man. I wish I could chat with Entertainer on Hangout. I think I have too much.
I appreciate the fact that he only wants to chat with the Entertainer, though.
No, who said that? Who said
NYG31?
Oh, bring him in. Bring him in.
Gio, if anything, take off your Royal HD gaming thing.
Yeah. But it's like so I thought he was gone. Like I didn't even think about Lorenzo Carter because I assumed he was already gone. So when they said Lorenzo Carter, I was like, what?
Yeah.
I thought he was gone.
Lorenzo Carter. I thought
I didn't even think about it. I thought he was gone.
He just got.
What's the name of the guy that I like in this year's draft who kind of reminds me of Lorenzo Carter? He had an unbelievable combine. He's got a weird. It's like Ben Balagu or what?
Oh, Ben. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
He had an insane combine. Like he beat every DN and every single. I think he is a prime 4th round target. Later in the draft because very high upside. He could be nothing, but I think he's a guy I'd want to take a look at in the 4th round.
Athletic.
Yeah. I know Gettleman made predictable picks last year, but doesn't mean he's going to do it. This year, I feel like anything is possible with him. He's been doing a lot of crazy stuff, I feel.
But we were able to predict his drafts pretty well. Like, he pretty much went with the consensus. Like, what we thought was right for the Giants, he did.
But this year is very different, don't you feel like?
Well, for free agency, yeah. People are always saying, not every GM is going to be great at free agency or great in the draft or both of them. They have their different skill sets. I think he's way better in the draft.
It's very hard to judge him off this year's free agency because they didn't have much to spend. But I mean, if people are going to come after him, I mean, last year Jonathan Stewart was a stupid move. It was
actually I don't know though, man. I don't know because I mean the contract was garbage, but Dave Gettleman talked about how much he loved
cleaning up the locker room and leadership.
Yeah, like he talked about how like Jonathan Stewart brought stuff that you didn't see on the field. Like the stuff that he brought was all locker room stuff.
Right. And that's what he's doing, bringing in the guys he's brought in. They're all, if you notice, they're all veterans. They're locker room guys.
I don't think Jonathan Stewart was that bad. I mean,
he didn't play.
His production sucked.
He had 2 yards to carry when he was healthy.
He didn't play.
He can teach. Like he can give advice.
Yeah, but $4 million for a teacher.
Not $4 million. I'm not going to pay you.
Marley says, "What about Tyree Jackson, the 3rd or 4th? Absolutely not. I wouldn't touch him with anything.
I'm done as a Giants fan. I'm done taking a quarterback in mid round.
It's not even that.
It better be a surefire quarterback.
Would you guys be upset at 17? I'd be fuming. Would you be upset if Gettleman went Daniel Jones with pick 37?
Yes.
What's up, guys? What's up?
I like how he didn't even think. He just
37. I was 37.
I would rather have Drew Lock over Daniel Jones.
Actually,
I'm assuming Drew Lock's gone by then.
Yeah, but I would be pissed off. I don't think Daniel Jones is worth anything. I wouldn't touch him. Like I just don't think he's gonna be good.
I agree with you. I don't want Daniel Jones at all.
What do you think? What do you think, Chris?
Daniel Jones, it wouldn't be what I would go for. I would rather get a pass rusher there or an offensive lineman or a corner. But if they took him there, I can't be that upset because you could throw him away in a year. It's not like he's going to be killing you, in the books. You're only going to pay a guy you draft 37 like $1 million. So if they think he could be the guy at 37, I don't mind it. At 17, I'll be screaming.
Let me talk about something real quick. We never talk about this position, but wide receiver, not in the first round. I want to talk about that in the first round. I can't. I don't want DK Metcalf, but
AJ Brown,
other wide receivers,
best receiver in the draft,
like third round, fourth round prospects, maybe even fifth round. Are there any guys that you guys have been looking at that you?
Andy Isabella.
Yeah, you mentioned Isabella. Yeah, he killed it.
I low-key think Andy Isabella is like the second, third best receiver in this draft. Like people are so sleeping on him. Like I said, I'm not one of these guys who says Pro Football Focus is like the Holy Grail Bible. But like if you go and look at their numbers on him, the guy exceeds everywhere.
He led the nation in receiving yards, and he had 200 yards against Georgia, and he killed it at the Senior Bowl.
His route running is just phenomenal.
Combine was great. Showed his great ability to catch, great ability.
I like the guy I like the most actually at the wide receiver position is Campbell. I love Paris Campbell.
At the most, do you think he's the best?
No. I think Metcalf has the highest ceiling, but the guy that I think is in like the Giants' range, like if they were going to draft the guy in the second round, I like Paris Campbell a lot.
Why is everybody sleeping on AJ Brown? That's what
I'm not. I said he's the best receiver in the draft. I think AJ Brown's best receiver in the draft.
Okay, I didn't hear that.
Okay, yeah.
I don't mind the receivers, the top receivers in the draft. I just don't think it's such a high position that we need to go there.
Yeah, no. If we touch a wide receiver in the first or second round, I will be mad.
I agree.
I think it needs to be third or fourth. It has to be third or fourth. Otherwise,
I'm looking at because I like Andy Isabella and I like Paris Campbell. The thing is, I don't want to draft short wide receivers anymore.
Andy Isabella's 5'10".
I need a bigger guy.
You're overrating that, dude. You're overrating the whole big body thing. You're really overrating that, man.
I want a bigger body guy, but I don't have us drafting a bigger body guy. I like Gary Jennings. He's 6'1". He's not.
I think Gary Jennings is actually the better receiver out of Gary. Who's the other guy that everybody's crazy about to play? David Sills. I actually think Gary Jennings is better than David Sills.
I love David Sills.
I don't get it.
Who is that? Is that MYG31, by the way?
That's me. That's me.
Oh, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, buddy?
I'm chilling, man. I'm just chilling. Just listen to the chat and all that.
Good. I was with you before, Keegan.
That's my job.
He said that's my job.
So AJ Brown, though, I'm surprised he's not higher on your list, Entertainer.
I had him going 34th in my last mock.
I thought he was going first round for sure. I
just don't. I think defense is so strong in this draft that wide receiver is really not an issue in.
Yeah, but people like to draft them high for whatever reason.
I'm actually gonna laugh if DK Metcalf falls like to the bottom of the first round. All these people were like, "Oh, top 10," and like all the teams are like, "Yeah, he ran fast, but he can't run a route to save his life," so they just don't care about him. And they understand that he's not even that good, so they just let him fall. Like I love seeing that when somebody who all the fans overhype because they have a good combine, but all the scouts know they're not that good, so they just keep falling and falling. And
somebody's going to take them.
Somebody will take them though. Somebody will.
Yeah, somebody gonna drink that.
I mean, Corey Davis won the top 10. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, probably the mid-teens or something.
No, he was the best receiver prospect-wise in the class, but he shouldn't have touched the top 10. None of the receivers in that class should have touched the top 10.
Here's the thing. I honestly don't think, and this is my opinion, because of how valued the wide receiver is in the NFL, like pretty much you need like 4 wide receivers on a team. You really don't need to go high first round for a wide receiver unless they're the next coming of an Odell Beckham or Randy Moss or Antonio Brown or whatever it is. I honestly don't value wide receivers that much.
Me too. I agree.
If you could look at the teams in the first round, which teams are you like? You know, obviously outside of the first 5 picks because that's easy.
Okay.
But outside of the early picks, which teams are you like dead set on? I know they're taking either this player or this position. For me, it's Houston's going offensive line. Minnesota's going offensive line. Yep. Tennessee, I think, is going to go wide receiver.
I think Tennessee could go AJ Brown or DK, whoever's available. I think I could see Tennessee going the best wide receiver available.
I agree with that. Tennessee needs receivers.
Tennessee, the thing is with Tennessee, if Ja'Kai Polite falls down, I think they take an edge rusher. If a big pass rusher falls, they're taking an edge rusher because really they only have right now they only have Harold Landry. Brian O'Reilly retired. And then
what are you talking about? What about
I also think the Ravens are going to take a receiver as well.
Dude, I don't know. We all thought that last year. And they're like,
one thing, the Steelers, every single year for about 4 years now, I've always mocked them drafting a cornerback. Always, and they never get it right.
Yeah, I haven't drafted a quarterback this year too.
Cornerback in the first round, they got R.D. Burns. That wasn't what everybody wanted.
Yeah,
they need to go corner this round.
I think they will.
They have to. They have.
I think they finally will.
They drafted Tremaine Edmonds.
Terrell Edmonds. That was such a bad pick, man.
Not Tremaine Edmonds, his brother.
Terrell Edmonds is Terrell Edmonds. That was such a bad pick.
I was so dumbfounded. I was like, you really didn't go cornerback. You got a safety, and he's not honestly top tier safety.
Speaking about the Edmonds brothers, man, I was like one of the only dudes I knew who didn't actually even think Tremaine Edmonds was as good as people thought he was. He was just athletic. Like, I didn't think he was that good. Like,
he's not that good.
I didn't think he was that good.
I'm the guy that everybody called a retard for saying that Tremaine Edmonds was so raw that he shouldn't have.
Yeah, he's just so raw.
The top 10.
Man. That's like I think Devin White is raw, but Devin White,
his athleticism,
Tremaine Edmonds,
Devin White's potential is off the
charts. But Tremaine Edmonds is so raw. I mean, Devin White is like still raw, but Tremaine Edmonds looks like a piece of steak that you just cut a cow in half, and then you just like threw the thing, and that's Terrell Edmonds. Like you literally in your backyard cut that off the cow and came into the dinner and just like threw it on your table. Like that's how raw Tremaine Edmonds was. I was like, wow.
But you know what? He didn't play bad with Buffalo.
Yeah, he didn't play too bad. Like at least like Devin White was at least on the grill for like 10 seconds a pop, you know, like, but Tremaine Edmonds, they didn't Terrell Edmonds, they didn't care about Tremaine. Like,
do you remember when Antonio Brown? Sorry, do you remember when Antonio Brown was almost traded to the Bills? That's what they need. They need a receiver. That's one team that needs.
Well, they picked up some receivers. They didn't pick up they picked up Beasley and they picked up the guy from the Bengals, right?
Yeah, but they're not gonna help. They're not like superstars.
John Brown, yeah.
Like, why not draft somebody? Like they
might take Metcalf.
They might take Metcalf
for them to take a receiver.
See, if I was
AJ Brown or anybody,
if I was a Bills fan, I'd be hoping for an offensive lineman.
Yeah, me too. Oh that's the thing. Everybody loses their mind. Like Kid Blue earlier was talking about how he thinks is dumb. How some people have the Jets taking Jonah Williams or a tackle. Like, I don't think that's that bad. Like, do I think Josh Allen is that good?
Jets are going to take Josh Allen for sure.
Okay, no, I know that. What I'm saying is, if they took a tackle, I'm not going to call them dumb because you just got what you think to believe to be your new franchise quarterback.
You got to protect him,
Arnold. You got to protect him exactly. And their offensive line sucks.
Nobody has said a tackle should go higher than 6 this year.
Oh no, I agree with that. I'm just saying that I wouldn't be too surprised if they did because if they trade down, I think the Jags will take the best tackle available. So it's not like they're not really in position to trade down and still get their tackle.
Now let's say this: if the Giants pass on Haskins, say he's there and they pass on him,
oh man,
do you think the Jaguars trade down from 7?
No, because the Jaguars were never going to take a quarterback to begin with.
Yeah, so no. But they might say to the Bengals, you want. We'll
do you want Haskins?
Yeah. I would think the Jaguars would be looking to trade down.
I think so. If I'm the Jaguars, I'm already looking to trade down. If I'm the Jags,
I
don't think there's anybody at 7 that would be there.
Why Jacksonville hasn't traded. They should trade their pick for sure.
Well, they don't know. They don't know.
The best time to trade your pick is during the draft.
Yeah, because if Haskins becomes available, that pick becomes so much more valuable.
That's the best time to trade your pick is during the draft. That's why Cardinals aren't shopping anything until draft day.
Last year was different with the Jets because there were so many quarterbacks that they knew that there was going to be a quarterback there at 3, so the Colts were willing to do it before the draft.
And the best time to trade up is before the draft. So
do you think
trading up for a certain person, you know?
Do you think Cardinals really are going to draft Kyler Murray, or is this?
I think they might. Here's the thing. I want to believe that they won't, but that's just because I want Kyler. But I have to tell myself, if I'm the Cardinals GM, you have absolutely nothing to lose. You take the best quarterback to come out. When you take the second best quarterback to come out in like the past 3 years of draft class, you have a quarterback who's better than the quarterbacks in the next year's draft class. The quarterback you could possibly take is better than the one you already have by, in my opinion.
I know you love Kyler Murray. I think this GM should be fired if he does this. I'm going to be dead on it. I think it's
the right move. Because then you can just trade Rosen. I think it's the right move.
But this guy, okay. But what did they give up for Rosen last year? Give me the exact specifics.
They gave a 3rd round pick and something I forgot.
Let's just say they gave up a 2nd and a 3rd round pick. Let's just say that. So essentially to get to get Murray, you give up a second-round pick, a third-round pick, and then you're trading away and a first-round pick.
Yeah, and a first-round pick
because you trade. You know,
well, here's the thing, but I get that, but that's in my opinion, a first, a third, and a second is not that bad for an amazing quarterback who could be the star and centerpiece of your franchise.
But here's the thing,
but you still have the same problem there that you had for Rosen. Rosen struggled because of the offensive line.
No, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. You know who picks before the Giants in the second round? The Cardinals. You know who they could take in the second round? You can go Kyler, Dalton Reisner. You could.
You could, yeah.
You know, so but here's the thing, but they still have corner holes, they still have linebacker holes. So here's the thing about the Cardinals. Doesn't matter what the Cardinals do, they're not going to address their entire team. So they understand that they're 1, 2, even 3 years away before they have solid pieces all around. So it's not like they have to go into this year's draft going, okay, we have to accumulate this guy, we have to get this position, because you're not going to get all the positions you need. So you have nothing to lose in taking Kyler, trading away Rosen to a desperate team who missed on Haskins this year, and just taking a tackle at your second round pick.
Okay, you say desperate team. The Giants are kind of a desperate team for a quarterback.
Bengals, Miami's.
What would you be willing? What if you were the GM of the Giants? And I don't love Rosen. I think he's better than what he showed last year because of the poor offensive line in Arizona. What would you be willing to trade for Rosen?
A third. I'm not giving up my second. I'd give up a third this year and a second next year. Not my second this year.
The Cardinals.
Okay.
Yeah, the Cardinals like Kyler Murray a lot because of Cliff Kingsbury. Otherwise, they would not have done this move. I think Cliff Kingsbury is the whole reason because he thinks
100%.
Exactly. He thinks that the quarterback will run his system perfectly, and he doesn't think Rosen can run it. So that's the only reason. I agree with you, Entertainer. It's stupid to take quarterbacks back to back, but if he fits your system, you got to do it.
But here's the and for the coach, that's fine. But why would the general manager have hired a coach that didn't want to have his quarterback that he traded up for the year before?
It's not that he doesn't want to have him. He just didn't expect Kyler to be there.
Yeah,
he didn't want to. Like, it's not like he took the job knowing, I don't want Rosen. Like, he took the job. Okay, Rosen's my guy right now. And then he's like, holy crap, this guy Kyler that I've been in love with just became available.
Exactly.
Now I have a chance to take him.
We didn't even know if Kyler was going to play football.
Here's the thing.
Nobody knew.
The philosophy is flawed because anybody with a franchise quarterback, if there's a quarterback that comes out in the draft that's potentially better than the quarterback you already have, are you really going to take him all the time? Like,
that's different. That's different because you don't know if Rosen's a franchise quarterback.
No, the thing is,
if the Eagles have a bad year, right? Say the Eagles have a bad year and Carson Wentz is he's hurt again, and next year they're picking in the top 10. Are they going to go out and get a Tua? Are they going to go out and get a Herbert?
Okay, let me get this one.
Can I interrupt before you? Okay, yes. So I just want to say this really quick. I guess they don't feel that Rosen can be the quarterback for them. They got this coach who likes Kyler Murray a lot, and he runs a college system just that it would fit Kyler Murray perfectly. So I guess they feel they need to move on from Rosen, even though it's 1 year. They just don't see that. Now, you please go ahead and say what you have to say about it.
Thank you. So my thing is this. You just compared Josh Rosen, who has 1 year under his belt, that the year wasn't that impressive, although it wasn't fully his fault, versus Carson Wentz, who had an MVP caliber season.
Yes, but injury prone. I get that. But say he gets injured again, he gets injured again, but he still has that star potential. He gets injured again, and the Eagles are picking in the top 5 once again next. A top 5 this next year, and a quarterback comes out like Tua. He's there. Are the Eagles going to take him?
Not if they sign him to an extension.
Exactly. But here's the thing. All right, kid. There's so many other factors to that kind of question that you're asking, because it's different. If you've been with this quarterback for a decent amount of years, that's different. The Cardinals have only had 1 year committed to Josh Rosen. Only one. It's not like they've had him for the past 3 years.
I don't think that you should draft quarterback by quarterback.
No, I don't think you should either. But this is the one time where I've been like, you know what? Okay, because Kyler, I happen to think, is that good. You have nothing to lose. You can trade. I'm sorry. I could see a team like Miami giving up their first-round pick for Rosen if he becomes available. I could see a team being so desperate that they give up a first-round pick, and the Cardinals are like, okay.
I'd be okay. I know you said you wouldn't be. I'd be okay if the Giants gave up their second round. I wouldn't give up a first round. I'd be okay with the second.
Yeah,
I'd be okay with it. I'd be okay with it.
Second round too.
I'd be okay with it. I just wouldn't do it. I'd be okay with it. I just wouldn't do it. But the reason why I don't want Rosen at all this year is because, and I explained this earlier in the podcast. If you guys, I'm not sure if any of y'all were here besides me.
I kind of missed.
I wasn't there. No.
But
I kind of missed
the
that
reason
too.
why I explained why this year I'm not.
Ray's still here. What's up, Ray?
Yeah.
What up?
But the reason why I'm not fully in on Rosen this year is because I think we're going to have a very bad year next year. I think we could be picking in the top 10 again. So I truly believe that if you know you're going to have a bad year again, you know you're probably going to be in the top 10 again. So what's the problem? I don't know. He just bounced.
Damn, entertainer
probably down. But if you know you're going to be in the top 10 again, there's probably no point in getting this guy if you could get a better quarterback the next year. But like I said earlier, you can't promise yourself that you'll be in this.
I don't think. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think the Giants will be that bad. I mean, they might be like number 10, but I don't think they'll be at the 6th position again.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Movie critic, you think they're gonna win like 6 games next year and stuff
like
that?
I really believe they can win 6 games.
Can win 6 games next year, but 6 games will get us in the top 10.
That's what I'm saying. I said maybe 9 or 10.
I think I fell out there for a
What
second.
have we got to do to get rid of this guy? He just hops right back in after we just kicked him. Where's this garbage?
I thought you just flat out left Entertainer.
Yeah, Entertainer. I thought you left us or something.
No. He was like, Jay-Zach doesn't want Rosen, I'm out.
Nah. He was like, Ray ain't talking, I gotta leave, yo. Ray's not talking, this podcast isn't good, yo.
Yeah, Ray. Ray, I thought you left too.
So Ray, where are you from?
I'm from New York. I'm from the Bronx.
Okay, you're from New York. Okay,
we're off.
I used to live in New York.
I'm not. I'm from Texas.
Yeah.
Born and raised.
Sorry, I just
Kid Blue's from Florida.
Well, I'm from New York, but I live in Florida.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
We're all talking about from.
I'm from and live in Texas. So.
Okay.
I'm born and raised in New York.
Me too. Queens.
Right. So I'm from the Bronx.
Queens? You're a Queens kid, Blue?
What?
You're a Queens kid?
Yeah, he's a Queens kid.
I was born in Queens. I'm not a Queens kid.
He was a Queens kid.
I'm a Queens kid. I'm from Queens. Now I live in
4 years of my life. I'm not a Queens kid.
Entertainer, you live in New York, right?
Yeah, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Entertainer live pretty
How are you not a Nets fan?
Oh no, Nets. I'll tell you right now. When you step outside, when I step outside my door, I think since I've been living in Brooklyn for a year, I may have seen 2 pieces of Nets paraphernalia.
Entertainer is from Long Island.
Watch, dude, the Nets are gonna get good
Long Island,
and then like all these New York fans will be like, "Woo!"
No. New York is always, even the years that the Nets were going to the finals back in the day. Yeah. The Knicks are always going to be the team in New York.
First of all, Nets just moved to Brooklyn. It's not like they've always been there.
Their fan base is from New Jersey.
One thing I don't get is how like New Yorkers are always Giants or Jets fans. Like they're not even in New York; it's Jersey. Like New Yorkers hate Jersey. Like you guys hate from Jersey, and you guys root for a team. Like be a Buffalo fan. At least they're in New York.
Well, they were originally from New York.
Buffalo is the only New York team.
That's true.
Buffalo is close to New York. It's almost like New York.
Yeah, Jersey's right there.
But it's just that Buffalo is the only team that's actually in New York.
You say Buffalo's in New York, but for me to go to a home game there, it's 8 hours and I'm sleeping my ass off.
Exactly.
Giants game, it's an hour drive.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I just don't get it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a Giants fan, but I live in Texas, so it doesn't matter. I don't care.
How did you become a Giants fan in Texas?
All right, this is a good story. I think I told this to the Entertainer already. So when I was a kid, I played running back a lot and Pee Wee. And my coach, you guys weren't anybody here who played Pee Wee football or any sports? Your coach was Jay's here.
Oh, Jay Smith.
Finally.
Jay Smith is here.
Everybody knows your coach always told you go home and watch your position on TV and study that position so you learn how to play better. So I was a running back. So I went home, and the first game I ever saw the Giants was this game. Anybody older in here would know this game. Kid Blue, you probably won't. No, I'm not being rude. We're the same age. I was a kid. I didn't follow football, so you probably didn't either. We're the same age, so I'm not talking for his age. It was the game that Brandon Jacobs. This is back when Brandon Jacobs.
Of course, Brandon Jacobs.
I know. I'm not saying I can remember the player, but so this is the game that Brandon Jacobs got really angry about something. He was a big baby, and he threw his helmet into the stands. And because of that, there was a fan who wouldn't give his helmet back. So because of that, Ahmad Bradshaw had to come in and step up and play for him. And I remember watching Ahmad Bradshaw going, I love that guy. That's how I want to run the football. When I run the ball, I love how he ran hard. He was smaller. I was smaller, but I was always a bigger guy, even though I was small and height-wise. I loved Ahmad Bradshaw. I thought he was awesome. So I kept watching Ahmad Bradshaw. And when you're a kid, you're not a fan of a team. You're just like a player. We got all these Odell Beckham Jr. fans walking around who were Giants fans. You know, so I was just an Ahmad Bradshaw fan.
Now they're Cleveland Brown fans.
Yeah, now they're Brown fans. So I was an Ahmad Bradshaw fan. I was an Ahmad Bradshaw fan, and because of that, I became a Giants fan once I started learning about football, and it just kind of stuck. I just didn't leave. I was like, I like it here.
That's a good story. I was born into it, basically.
Not me. I chose them. You know?
But I do want to highlight my guy, Jay Smith, who finally was able to join after like 2 streams.
Yeah.
What's up?
The struggle.
Damn,
man, it's been hard.
I didn't know you were in Florida.
What's going on?
Hi, guys.
What's up, man?
Before anything, I got some very bad news for everybody. It's my time to go. So that means the podcast. That means the podcast is over, right? That means the podcast is over.
I mean, you said like 2 words this whole time.
Oh my god, yo.
I'm sorry, guys. You know that means the podcast is over. You know, it was fun while it lasted, but you know,
where are you from in New York?
I'm from the Bronx. Bronx.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you live in Manhattan.
Man, from
Hell no.
Who lives in Manhattan?
Listen, if I lived in Manhattan, I would not be wearing this. I really wouldn't.
He'd be wearing this suit right now.
So
I'll have a freaking undercut with some, like a trench coat or something with like a button on it, like something professional. But nah.
Yeah, but some people don't wear that in Manhattan though.
Yeah.
Nah, a lot of people I see, but yeah, that's just stereotyping. But nah,
we're just joking.
This is stereotyping.
Joking.
All right, let me ask all you New Yorkers in here a question, okay? So, if you see somebody walking around with a Jets hat, do you just get this like urge to go up to them and just smack them in the head and be like, "What the hell?"
No, because I don't see people wear Jets hat in New York. That rarely happens.
I don't hate the Jets. I've never been one of these Giants fans that roots against the Jets. I've never done it, and I think it's the other way around. I think Jet fans hate the Giants. I don't think
Yankees and Mets kind of thing going on, you know?
Yeah, I could relate because as a Mets fan, I don't like the Yankees, so I get that.
Nah, I hate the Yankees. Period.
Yeah.
Watch that. I'm gonna piss all you guys off. I'm gonna become a Yankees fan, a Brooklyn Nets fan.
Nah,
I'm gonna become a Jets fan. Like I'm gonna piss all you guys off.
Don't do that.
It's funny though because people who like the Jets usually like the Nets. That's how it usually Jets, Nets, Mets. That's how it usually goes.
Well, no, but nobody likes the Nets. It's Jets, Knicks, Mets. Nobody likes it.
All right, guys. I'm gonna get ready to wrap
this up because I have this one live.
I've got to record with.
We got to record this video.
J-Zack.
Top 5 edge rushers.
Yeah, man.
All
right, guys. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah,
me.
Thank you later.
Get me on.
Yeah, Ray. Next time we need you to. Just a little more though.
Yeah, I know, right? I was trying not to talk too much, but it was an interesting topic. I had to keep talking. I had to keep putting my input. I had to keep putting my input. I know, man.
Ray's always in the back.
Now, I got a question. I got a question for you, Kid Blue. Can you take phone calls from Skype while using this?
Yeah.
I think I can.
You can. I mean, I can.
Oh my god! Why haven't I thought of that?
Well, it's because we wouldn't be able to hear the calls. You would have to translate the calls to us.
What do you mean? Why wouldn't you be able to hear the calls?
Because if I put it on speaker, everybody else would hear everybody.
Unless you take the Skype call on your phone.
Kid Blue, I had a question
let that be on speaker, then you could do that.
About this Hangouts thing. All right, Kid Blue. So is it when you have multiple people? Is that only when you can see them at the bottom? Because I have one other person and I can't see them.
3 people have to be.
3. Okay, that's. I invite just a random person so I could see my friend.
That's why I always have that other account with the R, that golden R that you see in my live stream.
Yeah.
I have that. That's my backup account. That's my gaming account. I have that in there so you guys can see yourself.
Oh, that makes sense. Thank you, Kid Blue.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, guys. All right, guys. So I'm gonna get ready to end this now.
Yeah.
I gotta.
Like I said, when I'm leaving, the podcast is over. All right.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Hopefully next week we have some more interesting topics. There was just nothing going on in the NFL this week.
Yeah.
We're getting close to the draft.
And yeah, guys, great stream. I will see you guys later.
All right, guys.
All right, man.
Always enjoy.
Take it easy.
Have a good night, guys.